it yesterday. If you're not going to do it, I'm just going to leave. Simple as that.
So you don't want to talk about it?
Yeah. Well, I would like you to put them to the background so I don't get interrupted, because I don't want to be interrupted. I came with a list today.
Who
Mars is in here. You should put Mars to the back, because Mars is disrespectful, saying that he's a W host and all this other stuff. And he was just disrespecting you, talking about you like a dog yesterday, Ron.
Was he?
Yeah, he was all in the comments talking about you like a dog, up here, saying that he's the host.
Talking to me like a dog?
Yeah.
Boss Black, what up?
You talking to me like a dog?
I guess so.
Proceed.
That's what he said. But Ron, I need you to put him to the back, because today I came with a list of things, and I want everybody, because everybody says narratives.
All right,
but I'm not going to run narratives. I had to listen to this yesterday. I brought facts. So we're not going to talk narratives today, right? So first of all, I have a list full of things you guys see right here. So I just want to talk about this real quick. Just give me 5 minutes. Only take 5 minutes. First of all, yesterday, we came in here, and instead of it being a funeral, which it should have been for the Denver Nuggets, it sounded like that it was a celebration of Nikola Jokić, who lost, right? Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But let's get right to this, right? So the first thing, these guys came in here yesterday and praised a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year who had to be taken off the best player at his position in order to win the series. That's disgusting. Once again, what 4-time Defensive Player of the Year do you know have to be taken off his assignment in order for his team to have a better chance at winning the series? Unheard of, but they want to praise Rudy Gobert. Let's talk about that. Then they want to get mad at Draymond Green. They want to get mad at me every time I criticize Draymond and say he's not on the level that they say he is as a Hall of Famer and as a basketball mind and as a defensive wizard. They say Draymond's all these things. But when Draymond Green says the same thing I say about Rudy Gobert, then they say Draymond Green is hating. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So now all of a sudden they're hating on Draymond Green and all of the other people that came out that actually played in the association, not on PC, that played in the league, that was saying the same thing I said, like Rondo, like KG, like Boogie Cousins. The list goes on and on and on. And y'all already know how I get it. It's sweeter than Ben and Jerry's. Now let's keep going. The next thing, Jokic had no excuse for his teammates. Why did he have any excuse for his teammates not showing up? He had enough. He had Jamal Murray led the game in scoring with 35 points. Jokic had 34 points. Those two alone should be able to get you one game at home to win the series. But they couldn't. Case in point, 1998, Game 6 NBA Finals. Michael Jordan scored half the team points. The second leading scorer was Tony Kukoc, and nobody else on the team had more than 8 points. Steve Kerr was their main shooter. He had a goose egg that game in 24 minutes, but they ain't here telling y'all about Michael Porter Jr. and those other teammates. Let's keep going. I'm about to eat all these little narratives real quick. So they said the teammates losing, them losing the teammates at the beginning of the season, when I told y'all that it was going to hurt them that they lost Doodoo Brown, that it was going to hurt them that they lost Jeff Green and those guys. They told me, nah, it's going to be okay. Mars and these guys said, nah, they got Christian Brown and these guys will step up. Hold on. That's what they said. I'm not going to lie. Put them to the back. I'm not finished yet. Then Mike Malone. Is he going to get the Doc Rivers treatment? You know, the same treatment y'all give Doc Rivers whenever he loses lead? Mike Malone talked all this trash. Mike Malone had a 3-2 lead. The man lost 3 games at home, got blown out in multiple games, was running around here calling dudes a daddy, and as soon as he hit adversity, he snaps, goes off, and goes to the post-game press conference talking down on the goddamn reporters like they the ones who got the hell beat out of them and embarrassed and walked down and stripped down in their own house in Game 7, up 20 in the third quarter. No excuses whatsoever. He should get the same Doc Rivers. Haven't heard any kind of criticism about Mike Malone getting out coaching this series against the media. Then Jokic. Let's go back to him. He's mad about Ant-Man waving to the Denver Nuggets crowd at the end of the game when his 2 big bully brothers out here punching dudes in their face in the crowd, constantly bullying people. You haven't seen any suspensions, any bans, any of this stuff. But I can remember at the Malice in the Palace with Big Ben Wallace, when his brother went up there and punched one of the fans, his brother got banned from all NBA games. But Jokic's brothers is on tape punching dudes in the face. You ain't heard nothing else about this, but people want to talk about bad sportsmanship because Ant-Man waved by to him. But guess what? They didn't have the same energy when Ant-Man was giving the same cooking to KD. They want to talk about Ant-Man's performance, but here's the thing. The game ain't just about offense. That's what they fooled y'all about this time. Ant-Man has also played defense, and his defense in the second half of that game on Jamal Murray spearheaded his team to be able to come back and win that game. So it's not all about offense. He did other things. He rebounded, he assisted, and he showed good leadership on the defensive side of the basketball. and he facilitated his team. And most importantly, they won the game. Also, so I didn't hear any backlash. You understand what I'm saying? When Mike Malone was running around here saying he was the Lakers' daddy, people talking about, oh, bad sportsmanship from Ant-Man and them. They wasn't mad when Ant-Man was cooking KD. KD took it in stride. So now let's just get it right. So let's go to the next one, right? Get back, Bob. Get out of here, Bob. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Let's go back to the next one because I had to listen to y'all for 3 hours cap yesterday, and I'm not finna ever, and the right means ever, do that again. So let's go right now, right? So now, Jokic choked, and he's a stat fraud. So all these dudes do is give y'all Jokic's stats. Oh, he had 34 points and 19 rebounds. But these same dudes on YouTube are the ones that come in here and tell y'all that Kobe Bean Bryant, Allen Iverson, those guys are inefficient. Well, guess what? If I told you that Kobe Bryant scored 34 points on 28 shots, what would they say? They would say he's inefficient. Jokic went 2 of 10 from 3 at home in Game 7. Jokic shot 28 shots that game at home for 34 points only. He was inefficient. Then they gave Jokic a whole pass defensively. All playoffs, he been garbage. He got cooked by AD. He been getting cooked by anybody else he guarded. And he was the reason why they lost that game late. Because under the basket, he wasn't blacking out. He wasn't getting no rebounds. He was getting stick back dunked in Game 1 and in Game 7 by Naz Reid because Jokic didn't box out and was getting his head dunked on. These are all facts. Now, I got a couple more things left to go. This series proves that Chilltown is a liar, a capper, and a crapper. Why is he a liar, a capper, and a crapper? Because Chilltown came in here and disrespected great legends in the game and said that Jokic would abuse all of those dudes and he would serve all of those dudes. And I said, yo, he would not do them like he did Rudy Gobert. And Jokic said, oh, no. Chilltown said, oh, no. Yes, he would. He would do Alonzo Mourning. He would do a prime Dikembe Mutombo like that. No, he didn't. You know why? Because if you don't think they did, guess what? Nas did. And the clutch, Naz Reid, 2 back-to-back blocks on Jokic, game over, like Lil Flip said. Let's keep going, right? Then, since they like to talk about sportsmanship and all this other stuff, right? Since they mad at Ant-Man, let's go back to that real quick. What about the sportsmanship when Jamal Murray was throwing heat pads on the court? What about the sportsmanship when Jamal Murray was throwing towels at the refs? What about the sportsmanship when the goddamn coach cussed out the referee in front of everybody, didn't get a tech, didn't get a fine, didn't get suspended, none of that stuff. So don't talk to me about sportsmanship because we're going to keep it $100. Then let's talk about the facts. Karl Anthony Towns. What was Jokic's field goal percentage when being guarded by Karl Anthony Towns for this series? 42%. Then what was Naz Reid against Jokic in the game, in the clutch? He was clutch defensively. Then what about Jokic? He shot the best while being guarded by Rudy Gobert. You ain't got to believe me. Look up the stats. The numbers are there. He shot far better. Karl Anthony Towns held Jokic, the almighty Jokic, to 41%. And Chilltown's excuse, what he's going to say is, oh, he was getting double teamed. Well, guess what? Y'all don't get that excuse to no other superstar in NBA history. Because
that's also not true, though, Ticket.
Hold on. Name me one superstar that haven't been double teamed in NBA history. They all do. Shaq, Hakeem, Kareem, Wilt, Tim Duncan, all of them get double teamed. So that logic doesn't work. And the last thing I want to say right here, right? The reason why these dudes are praising Rudy Gobert is because they hate me. So they go out of their way to make up lies to praise a bum. Now, who are you going to listen to? You're going to listen to all the legends in the game who said Rudy Gobert is trash, or you're going to listen to these clowns on PC? Now, you tell me.
I tell you who I'm not going to listen to. I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to you. I'm sick of your bullshit logic.
Get on your knees.
Get the hell. Hey, Ron,
to the final boss.
This is corny, Ron.
Yeah, no, you
this
corny.
Is so corny, Ron.
You corny.
So
it ain't my fault you sold out. You corny.
So corny, Ron. This dude is telling us that because these dudes like, I don't know, Cousins and Rondo, because these dudes play basketball. Have you actually heard Rashawn McCants talk basketball? Have you heard Gilbert Arenas talk basketball?
I heard Rajon Rondo talk
these dudes talk basketball. Just because
I heard Rajon Rondo. What about Rondo?
Ticket. We listen to you for 5 minutes.
Shut up. Basketball?
Shut up and listen.
Did Rondo talk basketball?
5 minutes. Shut up.
On their level. So you
shut up. And you ain't on mine.
Chill. I'm gonna let you rebuttal. Go ahead, Chill. Is there anything that you want to clap back with, man?
Here's my problem. The stuff that he mentioned about Doc Rivers. Mike Malone doesn't have the track record that Doc Rivers has. That's number one.
He lost. Every other year he lost.
He does. Ticket. Did we not listen to you for 5 minutes? Keep quiet.
We listened to you for 3 hours today.
Shut up and keep quiet.
It ain't gonna be no part.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it too. We listen to you for 5 minutes. You can shut up. Just shut up, Ticket. Be quiet.
Wow.
Chill. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Listen to you for 5 minutes. Shut up and listen. Doc Rivers has a different track record than Mike Malone. That's number one. Number two, these guys, Boogie Cousins, these guys, Rondo. I actually respect Rondo's game. I respect Rondo as a point guard. I respect Rondo's basketball knowledge. It's garbage.
Rondo with the Cats.
Oh, so oh my God.
Ron did that. Ron did that. That was wrong. That was wrong.
There's no way.
That was wrong.
There's no way.
That was wrong. That was wrong. Ron knew what he was doing too. That was Ron who did that. That was wrong, but that's what you get for captain. That's what you get for captain. That was wrong. You try to play games. That's what you get.
Somebody called Chill.
That's what
we
Ron
gotta
did.
get Chill back.
Straight up.
Yo, where'd Chill go?
And he left.
I have no clue what happened. I have no clue what happened with Chilltown. I think he got annoyed. But
He should be annoyed with himself for lying. I just
listen, hey, Ticket, I'm with you where yesterday was egregious. Yeah, yesterday was egregious. Yesterday, like I don't know, people up here on PCs are part of the Nuggets cartel because it's insane how I heard conversations about Jokic being better than Shaq. We literally heard those conversations this year going on. And now a defense that sat here and people want to sit here and lie and saying that, oh yeah, Jokic was just getting double team and Rudy was ready helping everything. No, when Cat's best defensive plays happened when Rudy was not even in the fucking game. Nas Reed's best defensive plays happened when Rudy was nowhere around him. So don't give me this BS where, oh yeah, Jokic had to worry about so many people. No, that's not the case. He was getting locked up and clamped up by Cat and Nas Reed in that game 7. That's just what happened. It is what it is. And then we want to talk about Jokic and his offensive prowess. I'm not gonna lie. He actually went up against a big physical team, and this is what taking a lot of people who's been critical of Jokic has been saying, that they're not sure how great he is because of the physicality that he doesn't have to go up in this era. And now he went up a team that can be physical with him. And what happened? He did not look like that offensive player. And when I look like a guy and this is where when I'm comparing him to a guy like Shaquille O'Neal, I'm not gonna lie. I don't see Shaquille O'Neal getting stopped by Cat and Nas Reed. I just don't see them.
Doing against Shaq in the
no, they're getting destroyed.
What is the King
getting destroyed? I'm sorry.
But hold on, but this is my point. Chilltown and them dudes will call me a goofy, but I came and presented facts. They disrespect all the legends, but Rudy Gobert, I asked Mars, what was the percentage that Rudy Gobert shot? That Jokic shot while being guarded by Rudy Gobert versus Nas Reed and Cat in this series? The last time I talked to Nas, he said against Cat, he shot 41%. That's great. That's all-time great. No, it's not. Don't I gave y'all facts. But these dudes say I'm capping. Then Chilltown gonna say that the real dudes in the league ain't talking basketball, so Rondo not talking basketball? Draymond Green, who y'all praise all the time as a defensive wizard, he ain't talking basketball?
To act as if the players,
keep it real.
I'm not gonna lie. To act as if these players' opinions doesn't matter is kind of odd to me. That nobody holds that same energy towards any type of profession in any sport. But for some reason, basketball, fuck what the players say. That's just weird to me. That's weird as hell.
Doug, wait a second. Hold on. Because Doug, you were strongly against that at first. I've heard you say just because you play ball don't mean you know ball. And you said that about every level of basketball.
No. I said just because no, wait. Let me correct that quote. Let me correct that. I said just because you didn't play. I said just because you didn't play it doesn't necessarily mean you don't know it. It's actually the reverse. I have always stood on the case where if people had been in that mode and been in those rooms, I would listen to those people a lot more. I've been standing on that hill for a long time.
Can we all agree? Can we all agree that just because you are an NBA player or an ex-NBA player, that doesn't mean that you're not going to hate on NBA players? Like Draymond, I think it was wrong for TNT to even have Draymond up there commentating on a Rudy Gobert series because he clearly had some malice in his heart towards Rudy Gobert. Like, bro, the shit he was saying, it's just not true, bro. It's not true. Like, I can understand you having an opinion, but at some point though,
what was the truth?
You can tell when somebody's hating on somebody, bro.
That's true, but what was it true?
These people do not like Rudy Gobert. They haven't liked Rudy Gobert. They haven't liked. No. What I'm saying is there is a difference between having an opinion and hating. But I'm talking about who I said Draymond Green. But bro, these people didn't like Rudy Gobert. They haven't liked Rudy Gobert not since the COVID shit. I'm talking about since he was crying because he didn't make the All-Star game. They called him soft for that. Rudy Gobert has been getting hated on his whole career.
So what about his teammate?
And we know that.
What about his own teammate? Was his own teammates hating on him last year? Remember when Slow-Mo and him got into a fight because Slow-Mo said he wasn't doing nothing? We don't. I don't know what happened on that. I'm saying it was right there. Hold on, it was right there on tape. Slow-Mo told him right on tape that you ain't doing ish. Go block a shot and get a rebound. You ain't doing nothing. And then he punched Slow-Mo. I'm saying his own teammates have been getting on him for the same things we're saying. All I'm saying to Chilltown is this. We ain't talking about 1 or 2 players that played in the league. I'm giving you 10 players. Kevin Garnett, Defensive Player of the Year. Rajon Rondo, one of the greatest defensive guards in NBA history. Also, we talking about Draymond Green, one of the greatest defensive players y'all say that's going to the Hall of Fame. So all of these dudes are lying.
Never said he was one of the best defensive players.
Then guess what? The one dude Chilltown said he was actually defending Jokic, and that's Rashad McCants. That's the one dude that was defending Jokic.
That is true.
But then the numbers I gave, how can Chilltown say I'm pushing a narrative of lying when I gave factual numbers against Cat? He only shot 41% for the playoffs. But against
we've discussed that too. We've discussed that. When Cat's guarding him, they're sending help. People are digging. People are coming.
Everybody gets help though.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
They're playing
No, they don't.
Hakeem
No, they do not. No, they don't.
I'm asking you. Hakeem
No, they don't.
Tim Duncan didn't get double teamed.
Shaq
didn't get double and triple teamed.
That got quadruple teamed.
No, I'm asking. Right. So hold on. I'm going.
People saying he's better offensively than Shaq.
That's my main tell everybody that Tim Duncan, Kareem, Hakeem, Shaq, all these dudes didn't get double. Pat Ewing, they didn't get double teamed. We can go back and watch the game. They all got double teamed. Every great player in NBA history got double teamed. Every great player. There ain't one great player that you said a whole series they played on one-on-one. Not one.
Now, all of those dudes that you just brought up, do they play the game like Joker plays the game? Was their offense the way Joker's offense was?
What you mean?
So, what I mean is when Rudy Gobert was covering Joker, they cleaned the whole left side of the floor out. He's on the box, one-on-one with Joker. When Cat is on him, on the perimeter, the double team, as soon as he gets the ball 18, 20 feet away from the basket, the double team is coming immediately. It's not coming when he puts the ball on the floor. It's not coming when he is just looking at it.
That's not true, though. Like, I'm sorry, in Game 7, I have to be like, we have to fact check here because I literally rewatched this game. Like, that's not true. And it was similar coverage with Rudy, where Cat and Nas. What happened is you got to have Jaden or Mike Conley swipe on Jokic, but then after that, it's a lot of a one-on-one matchup between.
No, it wasn't, Dub. No, it was not.
They're lying.
No,
I don't know what else to say.
That's
You're
not
lying.
True. I'm not lying.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So if we go back and watch the film,
twice.
I'm watching the film. So
we could do it on playback.
I would love to do that. So Joker in the
I have the whole second half.
So if I'm not mistaken, Joker in the second quarter, in Game 7, by the way, Joker in the second quarter, he gets the ball on the wing. He's got Cat in front of him, like you just said. Mike Conley is right there, right next to him. With Mike Conley being right next to him, right on the weak side of that, Jaden McDaniels comes to double immediately when he catches the basketball. Now, when we get on the right side of the floor, in the half court, same logic is going on. On the weak side, Jaden McDaniels comes to double, and he's doubling. He is not leaving Cat, who is not as good a defender as Rudy Gobert one-on-one. He is not leaving him one-on-one with him on the perimeter. Meanwhile, Rudy Gobert, when they have specific plays where they isolate Joker with Rudy Gobert on the block, and you see the whole left side of the floor clean out. You see the whole right side of the floor clean out. You didn't see that with Cat and Rudy. You didn't see that with Cat and Joker. I didn't see that. And maybe something is wrong with my eyes. These are reading glasses. I see just fine. I saw a lot of double teams, and I saw a lot of digging when Cat was covering him. He was not covering him by himself, as opposed to when Rudy Gobert was covering him one-on-one. And since you want a subject ticket, And since you on the subject of covering the guy one-on-one, who he needed help, who his primary matchup was, the same thing happened in 1995 with David Robinson and Hakeem Olajuwon, and you had Dennis Rodman, who led the league in rebounding, still couldn't deal with him, and they were throwing double teams at him, and they were throwing triple teams at him, and he still couldn't deal with him, even though David Robinson was doing the best job that he could covering him one-on-one, and he still couldn't deal with him.
I'm not. Hold on. I'm not.
And this, by the way, is the two-time defensive player of the year.
I'm not going. Hold on, Chilltown. I'm not going against what you just said about that. What you just said about that was factually right. But what me and Dub are saying is factually right, bro. Shaquille O'Neal was doubled every single possession damn near. The only person we saw that didn't double him was Ben Wallace. That's it. That's why he said the only person I respect is Ben Wallace because he played me one-on-one. Everybody else, all the other greats, did Kareem Abdul-Jabbar play one-on-one all the time?
We can't hear you, Chill.
He had Magic on the team, Chill. He had Magic on his team. He had all those other role players. He got – your mic is off. He got Magic. He got double team every single possession. Every great big man y'all can name. Tim Duncan. You're not going to tell me he didn't get double team, Ox. All these dudes got doubled. So all I'm saying is Chill's logic that, okay, so let me ask you this question then. So then when Rudy was guarding him, if they were still doubling, which they were when Rudy was guarding him, why was Rudy still getting cooked way more than Cat and than Nas Reed?
Well, why would the
four-time defensive player of the year off of Jokic for Nas Reed to be the one to block his shot 2 times in a row? And that was 4 blocks Nas Reed had on Jokic in the clutch. 2 in game 1.
So, but this, like I said a couple shows ago, though, Ticket, sometimes it's a lid on the rim. Like it don't matter. Sometimes because you can't tell me Rudy wasn't playing good defense, contesting tough shots.
He wasn't. He was getting done like a rag doll. They called him out at halftime, bro. Hold on. I swear to you.
I saw a couple possessions where
a couple. Hold on. Let's go back to the first game that they won. He abused Rudy Gobert, bro. It wasn't even no, bro. Everybody was talking about this. It wasn't even no competition. Every time Rudy Gobert got on him, he went straight to attack mode.
So your point is that Rudy does not deserve to be defensive player of the year
at all, bro. It's not just me. I can understand if it was just me, bro. It ain't just me. But here's another thing that I want to address y'all on. And Doug knows I'm not lying, and so does Mars. Why ain't nobody ever called this man out for not playing no D? His defense was horrible. You guys glaze his stats. His defense was horrible. Horrible, bro. Nobody calls this out. Who boxed out Nas Reed when Nas Reed got the stick back dunk? Not Jokic, because he was getting his head dunked on. That was him falling down when Nas Reed got the stick back dunk. What about when Cat came and got the stick back dunk at the end after that? That was Jokic down there in the paint. Mm-hmm. So
you can't. I mean, that ain't nothing you can do. No matter how big you are, you got another 7-footer, 6'10" dude running. He getting 5-6 steps. You can't stop him from dunking. That's what we supposed to do. That's not no knock on Jokic for them tip back dunk.
That is, bro. No.
Somebody else.
I watched those putbacks from Cat. It was Cat and Nas Reed got the putbacks. That was KCP and Jamal Murray's fault because they just sat here with ball watching. They didn't even contest them at all. But Jokic was boxing out.
Nobody.
No. Rudy. He was boxing out Rudy.
No, he wasn't boxing out anybody. Look at the play.
You talking about when Cat and Nas had those
Nas Reed got a stick back dunk. That was Rudy getting his head. That was Jokic getting his head dunked on falling down.
Just capping. Now you just capping and you think.
I'm not. Hold on.
Hold on, bro. Because you got 6 minutes at the beginning. At least let me get 20 seconds, bro. You look. You capping because you think ain't nobody gonna catch on to that type of shit, bro. You know better than that. You could be boxing out anybody over here on the block, and if a big 6'10" dude, if I'm boxing out Chilltown on the block, and you run from the free throw line or further than that and get a tip dunk, there is nothing I can do about that, bro. And you know that. So why are you up here saying shit like that?
Yeah, that's to me. That's not really on Rudy with Nas and the Cat putbacks. Like that's not on him. That's his teammates doing a terrible job at staying aware. But to go back to like the Jokic getting double thing, look at that run that they went on when Rudy went out. Like I literally watched this last night, and we could just watch it. Y'all could just watch that on playback. Y'all could watch the whole second half if y'all want. Listen, it's a lot of one-on-one matchups. They're not just sitting here blitzing Jokic every time. They're letting Cat and sometimes even Nas play him one-on-one, and they're doing a great job. Like, why are we taking away from these guys by saying, oh, nah, it was just a double stop? No, Cat was fucking locking him up. I'm sorry. That's just what it was. Like, and y'all taking away from Cat having a phenomenal series.
Cat and Nas did play better one-on-one defense on
like
Rudy.
y'all are disrespecting those players by saying that they were just smacking double teams on them when it was not happening at all. They were locking him up. And it's okay.
Hold on.
It happens.
So chill. I didn't hear you saying this yesterday. But what's your thoughts on everybody giving Jokic excuses saying his teammates didn't show up? Jamal Murray scored 35. If you're a 3-time MVP, you are all-world, all-great player. Shouldn't you be able to get Game 7 up 20 at home, done? When in the third quarter, you up 20? You should be able to get that game home. Think about all the people that criticize LeBron James. What would they have said? What would I be saying if LeBron lost that same game? You think I'd be pointing at D-Lo? You think I'd be pointing at any of those other dudes? No, we're pointing at LeBron James. We're pointing at the key guy on the team. So now when you can't criticize Jokic on YouTube, because they'll demonize you if you criticize. If you dare criticize him, they'll demonize you if you criticize and tell the truth. Dude don't play no defense. He showed horrible leadership down the stretch, and then Chilltown. They quit. The last minute, they quit. They didn't even try to foul no more. They quit because they knew they lost. So you gonna go, so like I said, so what about that? Michael Jordan went in a game where Scottie Pippen scored 8 points, Chilltown.
Can we not talk about Jordan? Like, I think that's a completely
But he's a hold on, but you talking
no.
MJ had bad series as well. Like against Miami, he shot under 40%.
We're not going to bring up Jordan. We're not going to bring up Jordan. We're not going to bring up Jordan. However, we did talk about yesterday. I mean, it was the biggest comeback in NBA history in Game 7. When you are at home in your building, up 20 in the third quarter, you have to get that done. If that was Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics was up 20 and they lost Game 7, who would I have to listen to in here about? I wouldn't have to listen to Jaylen Brown Jaylen Brown got a weak left hand. I wouldn't have to listen to Derek White didn't do this. I would have to listen to all of you dudes talking to me about how Jason Tatum did not get it done. Joker is the best player on the planet. He should have gotten it done yesterday for one game, not throughout the series, just for one game. He should have gotten it done. However, they did do a great job on Joker yesterday. They, as a unit, did a great job on Joker. You said you heard the show yesterday, which means you heard me talk yesterday about what the formula was against the Denver Nuggets. The Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns showed you. Jump Joker on the glass. The rest of them dudes won't rebound.
No, I was just at you because you was in here with them. You, Mars, y'all know what y'all did. You, Mars,
Swiper.
Nah, I ain't talking about him. He's irrelevant. What's the other boy's name?
Gifted.
With the cock eyes, Mars' best friend. Y'all was disgusting in here yesterday. Oh, Rudy's defense was so great. It was so, and then it was praising. It was praising Rudy Gobert. They was praising him for making a bull job. You
two dudes, and first and foremost, Dub, you definitely have ulterior motives when it comes to Rudy. You've been hated Rudy for a long time, so don't sit there and act like this series right here is one thing. No, you've always had a problem with Rudy. You've talked about Rudy since Terrence Mann did what he did, which, by the way, Terrence Mann has yet to have a 30-point game since he did that. That was 3 years ago.
That's more an indictment on Rudy. I hope you know that.
He has yet to do that. No, actually, what it is, it's a fluke. That's what it is, more than anything. But that's not the point. The point is that you guys don't give Rudy Gobert because he's going up against the best player on the planet. You dudes talk about him. Like he's just this inefficient, weak defender. When in reality, he's elite. He's not a good defender.
I would like to say something. Hold on. Because Ticket.
Showtime. Get your last comments off, and then we got to move on. Go ahead.
Because Showtime, my whole thing with Rudy, and I've even been saying this all year long, I'm not even trying to take away from him even in this series, because I think a lot of, like, him taking away the Aaron Gordon lobs was definitely crucial for them. Him being able to play both sides of helping and then watching Aaron Gordon at the same time, that was big. I'm not trying to take away from him. I think he's a great rim protector. He's great defense for that crew, right? My whole thing is, especially for that game, don't glaze the man's defense when his defense honestly wasn't felt that game. Like, that's just lying to me. I think he's a great defender no matter what. I think he gets unfair sometimes because he's in an era where there's so much offense. So a lot more times he's going to get cooked like that because of that. Let's say if he was in an era like the 90s or the 2000s where he could stay down low, I think the perception of him would definitely be higher. But all I'm saying is for game 7, if you go sit here and talk about Rudy Gobert and he was so impactful because of his defense, no, that's not true. The reason they won that game is because of Rudy Gobert, but it's because what he was fucking doing offensively in that fourth quarter, not because of the crazy defense he was playing.
Take the offense off the table for a second, Dub. You think that they beat Denver if Rudy Gobert didn't play that game?
Yes.
If Rudy Gobert
Gobert's off the floor in game 7,
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not taking away from Rudy. They need Rudy to win this series. 1,000%. I do think they need him.
Ticket, I don't understand how you don't see that. I don't understand how you don't see that. How do you not see that?
Hold on. In game 2,
it's like a car.
Hold on. Let me tell you this.
Game 2.
Last night, the last game, they were on the way to destroying them. Who messed the game up? Rudy, fumbling balls, getting scored on. Pause when I said that.
I'm with you. Keep going.
Getting scored on. Turn the ball over. All kind of foot. Getting abused by Jokic in the post. They went up early in that game. When Rudy Gobert started playing like a clown, that's when they lost the whole lead. The game got out of control. Then when they took him out in the third quarter, that's when they went on that crazy run when they took him out of the game. So Dub talking about the free, and then I heard y'all praising him for shooting free throws in the fourth quarter, man. Come on, man.
He did Ticket. No, stop. No, he was fucking. Those were big. Those were big.
Why is that? Wait. Go back. Ticket. Why is that not a big deal? Because that's what you're supposed to do. Is that what you're telling me?
Bro, it was early.
Because that's what you're supposed to do. Even though we're fighting back from being down 20. We're fighting back from being down 20 on the road in a hostile environment with a big fella who is notorious for not being a great free throw shooter. So the fact that he goes to the stripe and knocks down free throws, are you sitting there telling me that wasn't a big deal? Yes or no, Ticket?
It was luck.
I mean, it was crucial though. You can't take that away from him. He hit it like I can say it's luck. I can say that and one was luck all I want, but at the end of the day, he hit it and it was big for them. I don't believe.
Wait. See, Dub, look. So that fadeaway that Rudy hit, right? When he shot that's luck. But when Luka throws finger rolls from half court, he's the skill player I've ever seen.
But you know it's the difference, Bob. Come on, that's nasty though. You know that's the difference.
You don't think that fadeaway was luck, Bob?
I'm so tired of y'all, bro.
You don't think that fadeaway was luck?
He shot it high and flicked his wrist. That's a good shot.
What?
He did flick the shit out of his wrist.
He was like Sean Murray trying to shoot.
That's a good shot. He shot it high and flicked his wrist. When I look. I don't never claim to coach pros. I coach kids, bro. I coach ages 8 to 18, bro. And that's all I don't never try to fix somebody's jump shot. Only thing I ever tell them is finish high and flick your wrist, tuck your elbow. That's it. That's what Rudy did. He made it. That ain't no luck in that. It's a good shot.
Here's another problem I had with you.
That's a good shot.
And how, like,
I give Rudy credit for hitting those shots.
Ticket,
hold up right quick. You got to save this one because we got to get into these super chats. Also, shout out to everybody that's in here. Shout out to everybody that was here yesterday. We was cooking yesterday. Mars came up. He hosted. He did a good job. But now we getting back to the drama.
Read all the super chats.
Like the video if you haven't liked it. Send more super chats so we can read them again today if you haven't.
All of them.
Shout out to all of our members. Most of them. But shout out to all of our members. And we're going to be on playback tonight. And we're going to get into this game. Y'all know we're going to get into this game. First off, Open Gym is right after this. So y'all tap into Open Gym on playback. And then the Pacers versus the Celtics on playback with my man PC Bama. Y'all be sure to pull up, show out. It's going to be a good game. And we're going to break that down in a second. We're going to talk about everything about that game. And then, hey, Ticket, I don't think they talked about the Pacers enough yesterday. I don't think they did that. So we're gonna talk about that as well. But that's the real reason I was giving you the Stone Cold Steve Austin behind the scenes. I ain't gonna tell him why. That's the real reason. That fool Brian knew what he did, y'all. He was supposed to pull me up. He know what he did. These dudes. I'm gonna hold on. Ron and Chilltown are professional troll. I'm gonna tell y'all something.
What?
I knew I wasn't coming on. Hold on. What? I knew I wasn't coming on yesterday, right? So the first thing I did yesterday is I hit Chilltown up. And I gave Chill a whole list of things. Yes, and I told Chill, when you go in there, keep it real. and don't forget to tell them this, and this about what you saw. Chilltown gonna tell me, yeah, all right, I got you. Then proceeds to come on the show praising Rudy Gobert after what he saw. So he's a capper. And then Ron, he gonna hit me up after the Indiana Pacers got a medical walk through the playoffs, talking about Holly. You really respect that? What you seen from the Celtics and from the Pacers? It's both of them are frauds, bro. They didn't have to do nothing. When the whole team gets hurt, what you supposed to do, Ron?
I don't believe in bigging them up that much, honestly, when they're facing her teams, and that's for the Celtics and the Pacers. Like, salute to them. Tyrese finally is having a good game. Shout out to Nembhard for control. Oh, my bad. He has had a couple games in that series.
So he had a good series.
No, you was right, dog. But Ticket, did you not ask me? Did you not tell me to talk about Nas Reed yesterday? Did I not?
I told you to keep it real. You came online.
Did I not talk about Nas Reed yesterday? Did you not say that?
This is what I told Chilltown right here, y'all. I said,
yeah, we got.
I said, don't lie. Give Nas Reed his credit, full credit.
Yep.
Nas Reed played in my county too in high school.
He's up by 20 and lost. Malone bitching after the game. He got out coached. Nas Reed shutting down Jokic in the clutch.
Ticket. Why don't I see you talking about Anthony Edwards putting Jamal in a box in the third quarter?
Yeah, I mean, but we had to get to
because he wouldn't have did that to Penny Hardaway.
No.
Why you ain't say that?
Yeah, well, we had to get to what was most important, baby.
No, right. We talked about that. We talked about that stuff yesterday. But anyway, Ron, as you were saying.
Gandhi KV2 said, Chilltown, way too early predictions for next season. Ja Morant is going to obliterate the league.
I think Memphis goes back to the top of the Western Conference next year. I think they were roughed up with injuries and Ja being the goofy that he was. That kind of threw a monkey wrench in everything that they was doing. But they'll be back next season. They get Desmond Bane back. They get Marcus Smart back. They get Ja back. I still think that they losing Steven Adams was a big deal. I think that they need to do something about that. But for the most part, I feel like they're going to be right back at the top of the Western Conference next season.
Pimp named Slickback said, Jokic gets an ant's face, 0 backlash. His brothers fight people in the stands, no backlash. Something not white about this.
Yeah,
it's not xenophobia because my people are from Jamaica, so miss me with all of that.
Yeah, break.
No, well, I
that's a fact.
I'm not gonna lie. He got to cook it.
I'm just gonna say this: his Jokic brothers been wreaking havoc around the league.
I still don't like the white boy thing. That's my only issue. I don't have a problem. I
don't even care who it is.
I don't got a problem with what y'all talking about. I don't like the whole white boy thing. That's my issue.
Jokic brothers punched out a dude in the stands during the game, and we never heard nothing else about it. Meanwhile, in the Malice in the Palace, when Ben Wallace's brother hit somebody in the stands, he got banned for life from the arena.
That was David Stern, though. You know, it's a different commissioner. David
Make
Stern.
Make sense. The white was still, hold on. They punched out a fan, and you ain't heard nothing else about it. It's on tape. Then again, Jamal Murray throws the heat pack at the ref, throws the towel at the ref. The coach cusses out the ref in his face. But all these other dudes, and then Swiper gonna come on here talking about some
Ticket. That's the thing, though. We talked about this. We talked about this. This was January, even though he should have been. If this was January, Jamal Murray would have had to sit out 2 games, and he had to hand over a game check. 100% he would have had to do that. No doubt about it. If this was January, it shouldn't change because it was the playoffs. But the fact that this is a business, and viewership would have gone down because they would have basically smoked them dudes in 4 games. So that's one of the reasons why they couldn't do it. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he was dead wrong for that. And we all said that he was wrong for that. 100%.
Yeah, but they're using that to try to blind the fact that Jokic and Murray are the real reasons why they lost Game 7. They shot 28 and 27 shots. So normally a dude like Jokic just trying to get everybody involved and going. Aaron Gordon only had 5 shots that game. How you supposed to get going?
Well, one of the main reasons why he didn't have the shots that he had was because Rudy kept him out of the dunker spot. That's
how did he do that? They was doubling.
Rudy wasn't part of the double. Rudy is on the baseline where Aaron Gordon was when they were playing one-on-one. Yes, that was going on.
Aaron Gordon was in threes all series, Shield.
Yes, he was. And then in Game 7, Rudy was closed out on him.
What?
So he wasn't open as much. I'm lying. Am I sitting here lying? Saying that Rudy closed out on him?
Well, I wouldn't say close out. They had Aaron Gordon around the dunker spot, and then Rudy would definitely stay in that position. But whenever Aaron Gordon was at the 3-point line, they left him open in that game. They were leaving him open.
When Rudy Gobert was on the floor, I watched Rudy close out on Aaron Gordon when he was shooting jump shots, and there's no reason to leave him open when he was shooting the way he was shooting throughout that series. Why would you do that? That's bad basketball.
Right, but what I'm saying is this.
Terrible basketball.
But Chilltown, that's not an excuse for Aaron Gordon to only get 5 shots. Your 2 guys shot 28 and 27 shots.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's almost 60 shots.
But the difference with what you just said, Ticket, is the reason why he was able to do that is because they took it. It wasn't like Joker wasn't looking for him. It wasn't like Jamal Murray wasn't looking for him. They took him out of the game. They took him out of what he likes to do the most. He loves to be in the dunker spot. Not only does he love to be in the dunker spot, he loves to get out in transition. And he was knocking down open shots. Well, they took that away from him. When they take that away from him, plus taking away from what you took away from Michael Porter Jr., which we gave no smoke to, by the way. None whatsoever. But when you take Aaron Gordon away from what he likes to do best, that hampers Denver's offense. Those lobs to the rim and those dump offs that Joker hits Aaron Gordon with, that's by design. That's not something that's just that's ad-lib. No, they go over that. So when you take that away from what they're doing,
last game.
I don't think
he's
got 4. I think.
4. They ain't get no shots. The only one that got a good amount of shots was Michael Porter Jr. He shot 12.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
Hold on,
because the Minnesota Timberwolves defense
No,
hampered them. No,
because you said they were doubling on Jokic every time.
That doesn't mean.
He took 7 shots.
He took 7 shots. That doesn't mean that the double team came quick. With
he averages 7 for the year. Like, he doesn't take a lot of shots.
Right. So, a Ticket, if I'm not mistaken, just because the double team comes does not mean that I can't get back to my guy.
I haven't seen Jokic and Murray take 28 shots each.
That's not the case.
When's the last time you seen them?
And I'm not even in that 28 shots. That's box score watching, Ticket.
How?
That's box score watching. Because if you look at the box score, you look at what Joker did. He went, 34? What did he go? 34, 17, and 9? Not completely leaving out the fact that he went 34, 17, and 9. What you leaving out, though?
It didn't look like it.
That's what I'm talking about. You completely leaving out the fact that he had 3 rebounds in the second half. You know why he had 3 rebounds in the second half? Because they jumped him on the glass, not just on the front line. Everybody. Mike Conley was rebounding. Anthony Edwards. Mike Conley had almost 10 rebounds. So when you got guys jumping your best rebounder and Aaron Gordon won't rebound, he had 4 rebounds. That's 1 a quarter, Ticket. 1. Aaron Gordon had 1 rebound. Michael Porter, I think he had 6 rebounds. When you got 5 guys jumping your best rebounder, that's a huge problem for your best rebounder. Now, what I'm not going to do is I am not going to give excuses to Joker. You guys were up 20 on your home floor. On your home floor in Game 7. You guys should have won that game, and you didn't.
Well, chill. We also got to remember, too, at the beginning, because Jamal had a hell of a first half. You know what I'm saying?
He got busy, and then put the clamps on his ass.
Yeah, but it also looked to me like he was kind of like content. Like he felt like they had the game wrapped up. So he was kind of just forcing his own thing. Like he was like, I think Jamal was like, fuck it, I'm going to go for 50. You know what I mean? Like, and he started missing shots. Jokic, also, what did Jokic shoot from 3? It looked like he missed like 5, 6 threes.
He started 0 for 7.
He was 2 for 10, I think, on the long ball.
Yeah, I mean, those threes hurt, too. Those missed.
Which, by the way, there were a few of them where he was wide open.
Right. There was a lot of them. They were wide open.
Where he was wide open, and he just missed.
I've been saying last year.
We went over this yesterday,
Dub.
But we went over this yesterday, Dub. The fact that you're wide open does not mean that previous plays where you hear footsteps. And when you hear footsteps, that has a tendency to affect your shot.
So that's bad.
I hear you. I hear you with that. But Jokic is a guy. Where even last year, it's just last year he was hitting it. A lot of teams live with that. A lot of teams they're living with that spot up shot from Jokic. I just think this year he just wasn't hitting it. The only person that was really trying to close out, which led to a foul, was Cat. Still don't know why he did that dumbass shit, but they're living with those 3-point shots. If I'm defending the Nuggets, I'm living with, out of everyone there, I'm fine with you. Jokic taking that 3-pointer. I don't think he's that good of a shooter.
Chill. One last thing I want to say to you, and I'm gonna let it go. You said something about Mike Malone. We were saying something about Mike Malone, and I totally disagree with you. And I know Mars probably gonna agree with you, but I don't care. You guys give Mike Malone, and I didn't even hear Mars talking about Mike Malone yesterday. You guys give Mike Malone a pass. First of all, he didn't make any adjustments down the stretch when they were getting a 28-point swing ran on them. He didn't make any adjustments. You understand? They kept doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's like Murray and Jokic bail us out. You said that, he doesn't get the Doc Rivers tax because he doesn't have 1,000 wins like Doc Rivers does in his career.
No, he doesn't.
He only has 1 championship like Doc Rivers does. So what does it mean that Doc Rivers lost some 3-1 leads, 3-2 leads? If that dude ain't winning at all most of the time. Most of the time, he's one and done. You just won a championship. You got a 3-time MVP and you get smoked in the second round. And then chill. How about this stat? How about they beat an 8th seed, 7th seed, 6th seed, 2 seed, and 4 seed, and an 8th seed in their entire tenure with Mike Malone. The seeds they lost to, 2 seed, 3 seed, 2 seed, 1 seed, 4 seed. Those are the teams they lost to. They're a fraudulent team. So that's my point.
Fair, Ticket. To be fair to Mike Malone, what do you want him to do when MPJ's not making anything?
Hold on. What
do you want him to do?
Stop right there. The same thing they say they want Darvin Ham to do when D-Lo and them ain't hitting threes. There you go. There you go. The same thing that these hypocrites say they want Darvin Ham to do when D-Lo miss it. When Austin Reeves ain't playing no defense. When half his goddamn team is hurt. The guys he got that do play defense. So that's the same thing.
I can't say nothing, man. That's all y'all. That's not my argument.
They don't hold those same standards for Mike Malone. Mike Malone got out-coached by an assistant coach and one dude with one leg. And we sitting up here talking.
Well,
he got out-coached. Chilltown, they were up 3-2. You got beat by damn near 50 in game 6 and got a 28-point swing put on you in game 7. And ain't nobody talking about it in the media about Mike Malone.
I mean, Doc Rivers did that too, but okay.
No. Chill. The man got blown out. Chill. The man got blown out in game 2. They ran up on him in game 1 and almost blew him out in game 1. Right?
The only reason why the series went as far as it did because they had 4 days in between. They would have swept them. That's the only reason why that series went as far as it did because they had 4 days to recover. If that series after Monday, if we play Wednesday, they go down 3-0 and that series is over. I won't argue that. 100% I will not argue that. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, Ticket. I'm not going to argue that Mike Malone doesn't have any blame in this because sure he does. I'm not listening to him tell me about and I just said this I said I'm sure you heard me say this yesterday about him saying that, it's a lot harder when you're the champs. Well, so you're the champs. That's part of it. Number 2, you talking about your rotation guys. You knew that you had a bad rotation. So it wasn't like you automatically just found these guys and was like, damn, I ain't really got a lot of guys to go with.
But he didn't use the rotation, Phil. You knew that.
Hold on. Fellas, we got to move on, though. I got some good stuff for us to get into. We got to move on.
My bad. I'm about to say, Peyton, he didn't use the other boy.
Christopher D said, I had a super chat just for you and Jalen yesterday. Never even put Jamal and Penny Hardaway in the same sentence again. Jamal couldn't hold Penny's jockstrap. Murray isn't even a top 5 point guard in his own conference.
So why Jokic can't win without him? If Murray don't play well, why can't Jokic ever win? For Jokic to win, and check this out, Doug, they always look at Murray to close the games. That's what Jokic do. In the fourth quarter, Jokic don't want it. He always looking for Murray to close it.
But my thing, though, Ticket, is like this. Like, a team in basketball is like a car. There's so many parts that need each other, and even a small part in that vehicle means a lot. The bolts on your wheels means a lot to hold them wheels together, right? So, like, if we sit here like, okay, yeah, they're not going to win without Murray. I mean, that's true, but at the end of the day, that's every single team. Every single team is not going to win without their second or third best guy.
That's not true. Hold on. I've seen Allen Iverson take his team to the finals without a second great player. And guess what? They didn't give AI no excuses. They said
all right, but watch this. If Dikembe wasn't there, they don't make it.
Hold on, I'm gonna say this to you. No,
if Dikembe's not there, they don't make it.
I'm talking about scores. Listen, I'm talking about scores, and they probably would have still win anyways. Hold on. At the same time, Chilltown knows this. Theo Ratliff was playing, if not at a higher level defensive before he got hurt that season.
If the defensive player of the year is not there, they're not making it.
Bro, Theo Ratliff would have probably won defensive player of the year that year if he didn't get hurt, bro.
Come on, Ticket.
I'm not lying, bro.
They were barely making it through there. They was having some game 7s on that run. If one of those players isn't there, they're not making it, Ticket.
Bro,
they're not.
Hold on. AI was the main force.
To be honest with you, though, Dub, I was surprised that they traded Theo Ratliff that year. But he got hurt. That's why they traded him. Because if he didn't get hurt, they don't trade him.
Right, and Chilltown, look at his defensive production. It was better than Matumbo's up until he got hurt. Those are facts. So, but then let's talk about this. We don't do that for Kobe and Shaq. How many series Chilltown, Kobe and Shaq won where they were the only 2 guys in double figures the whole series? We didn't cry about Derek Fisher not hitting shots some series. We didn't cry about all the other role players that was averaging 6 or 7 points. They won multiple series. They beat the Spurs. They beat the what you call it?
Kings, Sacramento.
Blazers.
Yeah, they beat
Sacramento,
Sacramento.
Blazers,
Just
Phoenix.
Kobe and Shaq. Nobody else averaged 10. So I don't want to hear these excuses about, oh, the role players didn't do this, the role players didn't do that. When you're Jokic and you're a 3-time MVP, this is why I told Chilltown, I don't put him at the levels that Mars and all them dudes.
I think it's a different time, though. I feel like we live in a different era, and because we live in a different era, it's a faster-paced game. Guys score more, so we do hold these other guys in a higher regard in terms of scoring, off the strength that that's the era we live in. Back then, the game was a lot slower. Not only was the game a lot slower, guys like Kobe and Shaq, those guys were the guys who we ran the offense through. Guys like Bryant Shaw, guys like Robert Horry, guys like Derek Fisher, Rick Fox, those guys made shots when it was necessary. But for the most part, those games were 95-90.
But here's
Those games weren't
that's what you're saying right now.
100.
Now, hold on. Now, here's the ether to that. That's what the scores are right now in the playoffs. He ether, Doug.
That is the score. What it was like 98. What was the last score for that game 7? That is crazy. That is
wait a
98
minute.
to 90.
Okay, and since you brought that up, Doug, just so we clear, there's only I think this is the 5th time that they held Denver under 100. No other teams was doing that like that, except them. Nobody else was doing that. It's not like
defense.
That's just not true.
So let me ask you this last question. Do you compare their defense? You think they had an all-time great defense this year?
Who, the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Yeah, that's the question I want to ask you on Mars. Do y'all think the T-Wolves this season, Mars, with the T-Wolves team, do you think that's an all-time great defense that you can stack against those Pistons teams with Ben Wallace, the Spurs teams with Tim Duncan, and those other all-time great defensive teams?
Well, the first thing you got to do is we got to see them win first. We can't put them in the same category with them dudes unless they win. That's the only way we could do it. We can't talk about them dudes like that unless they win. No,
we can. Well, we can talk about how good the defense is.
We can talk about how good. Sure, we can do that. I won't argue
that defense is approaching.
We can talk about how good of it, but we can't compare. We can't compare them. We can't compare them to the 04 Pistons, the 89 Pistons, the 91 Bulls. We can't compare those to those all-time great defenses unless they win.
So the T-Wolves, Doug, since you told that lot of the
I
T-Wolves,
said they have the potential, yes.
No, are they doing the Kobe and Shaq with the Pistons did?
Are they doing no, like I said, like the Pistons right there, sure, but Kobe was being terrible in that series as well. But like,
was that defense or was he being terrible? I think
that was more of Kobe just being a dickhead, if I'm just gonna be honest, like there, right? But that's one. Two, like I said before, I don't think Rudy, Cat, and Nas is gonna do anything to fucking Shaq. Like I really think he's just gonna obliterate them. So sure, you want to say the Pistons and everything, cool.
What about King?
If you want to say,
wait a minute.
If you want to say the Spurs, cool. But just because that's two teams, they're still like one of the best defenses.
I said, what about King? What about Hakeem?
What, his defense or
Rudy and them doing something to Hakeem?
No, I think Hakeem's body.
Are they doing something to Kareem?
You don't want my answer, bro.
I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you. Are they
you don't want my answer?
Hold on. You think Rudy Gobert locking up Kareem?
We could just move on. I'm not doing this. I don't feel like doing this today. Y'all, you don't want my answer for that. I promise you don't. Like
we can move on before I gotta say
I do too.
Are
they doing that to Jabal? Yes or no?
Yes.
That's
what I'm sorry.
We've heard that say that.
Y'all ain't got no respect on.
But y'all know how I feel about Kareem. So like,
say that Kareem can't get that hook off against Rudy Gobert. Like
I have said that before. Yeah. Like
what you say, Bob?
We've heard. Hold on, Ticket, because you know how I feel about Kareem. That's my goal. I said we've heard Dub say over 18 months ago that he doesn't feel like Kareem could get that sky hook off against.
Which is nuts. That is nuts to me.
And there was somebody else who said too. It was Rudy Gobert and somebody else. I can't remember.
Mars.
I forget who else.
I gotta ask you though, relative to era, where does this Minnesota Timberwolves defense stack up? Just from what you've seen in the playoffs.
Statistically, it's the 20th best defense of the last 44 years. Statistically.
20th.
Yeah.
Terrible. Not terrible, but
that's an all-time great defense, Chill.
It's behind the 04 Spurs, the 08 Celtics, the mid-90s Knicks, 93 and 94, the 2020 Bucks, the 04 Pistons, the 2016 Spurs, the 2014 Pacers, the 05 Spurs, the 99 Spurs, the 2011 Bulls, 2011 Celtics, 07 Bulls, 06 Spurs, 07 Spurs, 09 Magic, 2012 Boston Celtics, the 1989 Utah Jazz, the 2012 Bulls.
Wow.
Those are the teams that's statistically behind based on the regular season. In the postseason, I don't know where it would rank. I'd have to check. But yeah.
That's why it's tricky, because when you look at Indiana, how much better has Indiana's defense been in the playoffs than it's been in the regular season? They've been one of the worst teams in the regular season. They've been one of the worst rebounding teams in the regular season. But if you watch them in the playoffs, they look like they awesome defensively.
They gonna look like that chill. They ain't playing against nobody. All the main guys hurt. Dame out 2 games. Giannis missed the whole series. Jalen Brunson was smoking you. Then he break his hand. Julius Randle didn't even play. Well, Mars don't like Julius anyway. He didn't even play. Then you got OG hurt most of half the series. You got OG hurt half the series. What's the big dude's name that got hurt, Mars, for the Knicks?
Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson hurt. Come on, man. We really praise him.
He out too.
Y'all really gonna let Ron come
Y'all smell that? Y'all smell that?
Smell what?
I smell a hater.
So what you
I
gonna say?
smell a big ass hater.
What you gonna say if y'all get smoked by the Celtics?
What you gonna say if we smoke them?
I'm gonna say that the Celtics is frauds.
Hey, matter of fact, I'm not even gonna take it that far. I'm gonna say, what if we take them to 6 games and it's a hard fought 6 games? Can my dogs get their credit?
No,
to be
You don't
fair.
get no love for that.
No.
So
No.
we have to absolutely win for you guys to give us our credit.
Yes.
Yes.
Who the hell is
No doubt.
us, Ron?
No doubt.
I'm not gonna lie.
You worse than Mars with
Hey,
that.
hey, Ron,
Tell me
Ron.
what you said about Sacramento earlier today. Y'all know me about Cancun right now, so I just got to give you a quick backstory. Hey, I was listening to y'all. I'll let y'all get in my head.
Uh-oh.
I thought we was doomed. I thought we was done for. I bought this ticket last week to Cancun so I can come and see, and celebrate with my Pacers people a solid season, but not quite getting over the hump. I
Ron.
was expecting to see Luka down here. I was expecting to see Giannis in them. Look, LeBron, they right over the pond, right over there. So I came down here to Cancun. The ticket was already bought.
Ron, I want you to know though, like I do think the Pacers, I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people on how well I think they're gonna play against this team. I do think they have a slim chance to beat the Celtics, and it's gonna surprise a lot of people.
Celtics
The key is going to be Pascal Siakam. Can Pascal Siakam impose his will? Because that's a matchup that they're going to have a problem with because of his size and his ability, especially if is Porzingis out for the whole series.
I think he's out.
They said it's growing optimism that he might be back later on in the series.
Well, he's done. He ain't coming back.
That's
So if he's out with the bigs they got and how they rotate those bigs,
And their depth. They got TJ coming off the bench, bro. Against
that dude. Now, Ron. Now that dude, TJ McConnell.
I'm glad you brought that up, Dub. And I'm glad y'all brought that up because we're gonna settle the best backup lead guard in the game today.
He's an X factor
this series because I think it's Peyton Pritchard. I think he's the best backup lead guard.
TJ McConnell, dog, bro.
And I got TJ.
We about to dive into this. Let me read a couple more super chats, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into this for sure. Jerryality said, so Joker hitting tough shots on Rudy is bad defense. Rudy being the main factor of why the inside scoring from the Nuggets was Rudy was being the main factor of why the inside scoring from the Nuggets was limited and forcing shots. Why has hoops become so 1 versus 5? Shit is cancerous.
That's not true. And Mars got the stats to prove it. Ask Mars to pull up the numbers. If he pull up the numbers, he'll everything that you say is why.
You're talking about 1v5, but you're only giving Rudy credit for that paint being taken away. Not the drop coverage that they're playing, not the help that other players are having, not the defenders fighting over the screen. They're all working together to make that happen. So the same way that you're saying, oh, it's not 1v5, you're giving that Rudy Gobert the sole credit for that happening when that's not true. The whole team was doing exactly what they needed to do. Like it's just weird, bro.
The Tribe One said, people having dumb arguments just to bash a player is wrong. It isn't about getting even. It's about getting it right. Watch the game. Players don't have to play bad for others to play better.
We're not bashing the player. We're telling the truth. If LeBron, if you got a 20-point lead at home with the series on the line and you're up 20 in the third quarter, you're supposed to get that home.
Bro, they blew the biggest Game 7 lead ever. That's
ever.
Crazy.
You talking about something? You talking about criticize? Come on, man.
In the history of the NBA, if Magic and Jabbar were up 20 in Game 7 in the West Finals and they lost, they would have got roasted.
I thought the game was over.
If Jordan was up 20 in Game 7 against the New York, now I don't care who it is, in any playoff series in Game 7 on your home floor and lose, they get roasted. That's part of it. You get roasted for that.
I really think if that was Luka, they would cook him. Because I remember they were trying to cook him for missing the postseason before. And it's like, it's so weird. It's so weird. Like, Jokic is in the graces of a lot of people's eyes. And I mean, it is what it is to me. I'm not going to be butthurt about it, but he does get treated differently than everyone else.
That's what a championship does, though, dog. A championship does that. Guys end up, I'm sorry, Ron, we're going to get right to that. But when you win, you have a grace period.
Yes.
So that grace period, for example, with Giannis, that grace period is starting to wind down. We've seen 2 straight years where he's gotten bounced in round 1 and he's gotten hurt.
We got hurt, Chill Town.
He did. He did get hurt. He did get hurt this year, and he wasn't able to play. So we've seen 2 years. That grace period is starting to wind down with Giannis. I still think Giannis is at the top of the list in terms of great players, but we can't have him. We can't next year. We can't see him out in round 1. Next year, we can't. We have to see him going deep in the playoffs again. We can't see him falter again.
You got that same logic for Embiid because y'all don't hold him to the same standard.
Well, you already know how I feel. Yes,
Everybody, I think everybody.
I know one dude below you that picked Philly every single year, regardless of what happened the year before.
Pimp named Slickback. Speaking of him, he said, Mars, it's not narratives what Ticket is talking about with Jokic. It's pretty blatant racism. If a black man did what Jokic and his fam did, we'd call them thugs and criminals.
Goddamn right. Let Chill Town be up in the crowd punching people in the face. Man, they gonna throw him out here and have him looking crazy as I don't know what. That's a fact.
Well, remember, people were getting
anything. My face is on everything, Ticket. I can't go into no other arena.
Nowhere.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. People were getting on John Morant's dad for talking a lot.
And he ain't punched nobody.
He ain't punched nobody. Ant-Man can't wave to fans now. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's why.
Bro, and forget punching Jokic brother out here threatening dudes. Remember they threatened Marcus Morris, told him what they was gonna do to him?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, so let's come on, bro. Let's keep it 100.
We got a few members.
They actually came down to Miami when they played them.
It went right there.
Yes, both came down to Miami. Both his brothers came down to Miami.
Let me shout out my man. Strange cool guy. He became a YouTube member today. L Dog 661 also became a new member today. If you're thinking about becoming a member, go ahead and make that decision right now. Become a member, join the Hall of Fame tier, be the top dog in the chat. Also, I got some members chats as well from Cruiser Nation, The Dog Cage. Been a member for 16 months. Y'all done seen him up here a couple times. Cruiser simply said, Aaron McKee won 6 Men of the Year that same year. With
this dude don't know nothing about basketball. How much he averaged? He was one of the worst 6 Men of the Year in NBA history. Averaged like 11 points.
Aaron McKee was not great for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Come on, bro. They do just be saying something to go against me, bro. Especially Cruiser Nation. You a KD fan, bro. Sit at home, bro. Take your licking, bro.
Toast to Gold. Been a member for 17 months. He said, sounds like Sun result biases.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
That's what it sounds like. Shout out Toast.
I don't know.
Eli the Misfit also tapped in and said, ticket humiliation ritual.
I'm an ass man. They call me, man. That's Ron's fault, though. Ron did that, not me. Ron was trolling. He know what he did. He wasn't put that up there. He did that. He put that up there. Ron was trolling.
I'm not gonna lie, Ron. That was terrible.
Ron did that.
Ron, that was terrible. You should have got him. So, guys, for y'all that don't know, I whenever you have like the privileges here, like you could see the back room when people were in the back room. Showtime, you didn't see it. I'm gonna tell you what was happening. I'm gonna tell y'all what was happening. When he got moved back, Ticket, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, the whole time, and you're not hearing anything. You're just like,
and that's why you can hear me. You can hear,
yo, we're just dying, and you could. I can't even hear him, but I can hear Ticket say. And then he just turned around and run. For some reason, when he got up, he wants to put him back on the screen. What the hell is wrong with you, bro?
Yo,
what the?
It all happened simultaneously. As I'm hitting the button, Ticket all of a sudden decides to get up. Like,
you did that on purpose, Ron. You did that on purpose, Ron.
I promise you, I
did that on purpose, Ron.
Hey,
but chill. Did you see Ron's face immediately? Ron was like.
I had to bounce. I had to bounce. I got to bounce. I'm good. That was me.
That Showtime escaped. I was like, Showtime just left him.
I had to bounce. I'm like, nah, yo, I don't want nothing to do with this. No, I don't want nothing to do with this. Nope.
Oh man, it's all good, man. It's all peaches.
We'll be all right.
Nothing.
And that boy Bar is crazy, man.
Tyler T with the super chat. He said Jokic better.
Better than what?
Your Highness Charles said Grilltown got cooked. Dub ticket.
3 the hard way, baby.
Pimp named Slickback said, all right, what's going on, fam? And then Your Highness Charles just simply said, no, Diddy.
We denounced that.
I mean, you
All
got
right, fellas.
You should have denounced that ass, bro. I just kept that shit under wraps. What's wrong with you?
All right.
Rikishi.
Rikishi, that's funny, man.
All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. I got a versus. I wanna do the ranking of the best players from the second round, but I don't know if we got enough time for that right now. So let's go ahead and get into this versus. Celtics versus Pacers, and then this allow us to talk about the series a little bit more too.
Ticket, what were you saying about Peyton Pritchard and TJ McConnell? Because I think the depth of the Pacers is going to be key here, and I just think the style that the Celtics play actually benefits the Pacers
Me and Mars,
more than a lot of people think.
We had a conversation a few weeks ago. We were talking about the Pacers in the earlier rounds, and I think Mars was talking about the impact that TJ McConnell was having. And I gotta agree, man. Bro, he saved them in this playoff run, bro. Like a lot of times where Halliburton isn't playing well, he able to settle the team, and he come in like a dog, bro. Hitting big fadeaways in the baseline against the Bucks. Big plays that he made just to get them through that series, and then his grit, bro.
Forget the defense, yeah,
but his grit and grind, bro. I like him over Peyton Pritchard in this series as a six man, and I don't know. I think Mars would pick him over Peyton Pritchard too because of the intangibles that TJ McConnell got. But to me, yeah, man, he's probably one of the best backup point guards in the league, if not the best.
I agree that TJ McConnell is one of the best backup point guards in the league. I've liked TJ McConnell for most of his career. But this is my thing. When you say stuff like TJ McConnell saved them in the series or in the playoffs, it's kind of misleading. The only reason I say that is because I relate it to like a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, so back in the day, my first car, I had a 79 Seville. You know what I'm saying? So those are old cars, easy to fix, right? Now, the engine runs great. The transmission runs great. But if the starter go out, the car don't start.
None of that matters.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that don't make the starter more important than the engine and the transmission. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, that's just how I look at it. Like, yeah, TJ did his thing. He did great, but it's not like he's all of a sudden, he's our most important player. Like, he's a part of the team. You know what I'm saying? He got to play good. You know what I'm saying?
So first of all, he was going up against, which is why he was as good as he was. I mean, as a rotation guy. I mean, I think he did a great job on Jalen Brunson, picking him up full court, getting in Jalen Brunson's face, making things hard on Jalen Brunson. But with that being said, Indiana wants to play fast. Indiana wants to get up and down the floor. They want to play fast. They want the defense. They don't want the game out of control. They just want the game just a little bit, and they want it unbalanced. They don't run a lot of sets. If you notice in the half court, they don't get a lot of action going on. It's a pick and pop. It's a pick and dive. It's Tyrese Halliburton creating shots for whether it's Obi Toppin, whether it's running an ISO at the elbow for Siakam. They don't really run a lot of stuff. Well, the Celtics counter that with one, great perimeter defense. Two, they get on the glass just like any other team in the league. So that matchup with Siakam against Jason Tatum, who is his size, they're both around the same size. They can speed the game up also, just like Indiana can speed the game up. They can crack the long ball. They can get to the rim. And on top of that, I feel like they could do a better job defensively than what Indiana does. I think they serve these dudes in 5 games. I do.
I don't think so, Chill. I think you're wrong. And I think that they're
they're
finally going to have a series where they're going to have to really defend. And the thing I think that the Pacers do best is they're relentless with pushing the ball and continuing to make you play. So they're not going to slow down the game for nothing. And they got guys that come in the game that keep it going. I like Nemhard, the light-skinned boy with the bro, he a gangster out there. He play hard all the time, whether his shot going or not. He gonna play hard. He gonna be physical defensively. I like what he does. I like what the other guy does. The other little dark-skinned guard that they got, Nemhard.
Naismith.
Naismith. I like his grit and his grind. You know what I'm saying? bro, they got
Now
some
remember,
good
Ticket. Now remember, Ticket. Naismith played for the Celtics, which means that he's kind of familiar with them. But on the flip side to that, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, frying his ass in practice.
But I don't. But
So
that
I know
doesn't.
who this dude is.
That's not the end all.
And chill though. You remember last series, dog? Y'all said that about Obi. Remember?
But it's gonna be. Hold on.
Obi was behind these guys. Obi was this, and this. You see what Obi did in this series.
But who's going past
Pascal
Siakam in this series, bro?
What makes you think that Neesmith is going to do the same
Well, I
thing?
think
'Cause he's feeling
JT
some type of way. You play against your old team.
Hold on, but Ron, who's guarding Pascal?
You're
in
not
that
going to
series,
get up
bro?
for a game more than that. What's
Ron,
up?
who's guarding Pascal Siakam?
I think JT could probably do a pretty decent job because he is definitely a great Pascal. He's a great he's a really good defender.
Whoa! Why? Ticket, what's the problem? What's the problem? First of all,
he's too small.
No, they both the same size.
No. He's big. He's strong. He has more girth. He's stronger.
Have you seen Jason Tatum lately? How much stronger he's gotten? Not only how much stronger he's gotten, he's a bit of 6'9". So it's not like he's giving up height.
I guarantee you, Pascal Siakam.
He's not doing that. In terms of playing physical, he can play physical with Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam did a good job in playing against smaller dudes. Like he's got Josh Hart on him, and he's backing Josh Hart now. He's not going to be able to do that with Jason Tatum. No, which means that no, he's not going to be able to do that with Jason Tatum. Plus, he's going to have to be on the perimeter, which we saw Jason Tatum as a perimeter defender.
Watch this.
He's one of the better perimeter defenders in the game.
In the second half of the season, Mars, after the trade, how many times did Pascal Siakam play against the Celtics? Well, now watch this, Chilltown.
I think once. Yeah, I think it was once. Yeah.
Nah,
while he's looking at up, chill. You got Tatum absolutely shutting down.
But Ticket,
down. No. What I said, Ron, is making it difficult on him. It's hard to shut guys down. It's hard to completely make a guy irrelevant. No, I don't think that. But I think Jason Tatum can do a good job in slowing down Pascal Siakam, keeping the ball away from him, being physical with him on the perimeter. Because Pascal Siakam is one of those guys, especially when he gets smaller guys on him, being physical. He's not going to be able to do that with Jason Tatum because he doesn't give up any height or he doesn't give up any weight with him.
He played them once and he had 23 points and they lost.
Thank you. So now listen and with it and
what's the percentages?
He was 9 for 16.
Not bad.
And he was 1 for 1 from 3.
Not bad.
Yeah, how many rebounds he had?
6.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so
he's not a strong rebounder.
I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him in this series to go after whoever's guarding him and put them in foul trouble because he's going to put you in attack mode. He's going to stay attacking, and that's the thing. The Celtics, they like to play deep, so they like to reach in. Bro, that's not a great matchup for Tatum, bro. I'm telling you, Pascal Siakam, and he got NBA championship experience.
Why wouldn't it be a great matchup for him? Ticket. First of all, we're both the same size. It's not like Siakam plays on the box and he's one of these bruisers.
He's an attacker though.
But with him being an attacker, I play defense. I get down in the stance. I get my feet moving. I get my hands busy. Jason Tatum is great at beating guys to spots. Pascal Siakam is a real good one-on-one player, but I feel like Pascal Siakam's strength, particularly with the Pacers, is his ability in transition. That's where he does the most. When you get him in the half court, Siakam doesn't strike me as a guy that we running stuff for on the regular. He's not one of those guys. He prospers in that Indiana system because they play so fast and they get him out in transition, just like the Celtics do with Jaylen Brown, how they get him out in transition. So I can't see him just completely just kicking Jason Tatum ass because I'm not giving up anything. It's not like I got to cover Debo on the box. It's not like I got to cover somebody like that. No.
You overglorified him, bro.
I think one of the key factors to look at here, number one, is the pace, and it's the pace and how much the Pacers are looking to find mismatch. And now they're going up against a team in the Celtics where they do love to switch. One of the main people I'm looking for in this series is Al Horford. Al Horford is 37 years old. He's only been playing, 26 minutes a game. Like, they're going to need his minutes as much as possible. And he's old, bro. Them tired legs may be kicking in, especially throughout the game if you're playing 30 minutes plus. So we're going to rely on guys like Luke Cornett. Again, if they're switching and everything, they're going to be able to find tons of mismatches there if the Celtics are going to commit to that. So I'm not going to lie. Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to think that Luke Cornett has been serviceable more than anything in this series. Like, we get wrapped up in guys not being 20 a game. We get wrapped up in guys not being 17, 18 a game. We don't need those guys all the time. Just like I told Ron when we were talking about the series between both Milwaukee and Indiana, where Halliburton was like 15, 16 a game, and we were trying to figure out why he can't go to 24, 25. Like, well, that's not needed in this particular series. Well, Kornet is not a guy who we need him to score. Kornet is not a guy who we need to get buckets from. He's a guy who's a big body, who we need him in the paint, rebound, protect the rim, get a put back, get out in transition, and don't kill us with fouls. Now, to Dub's point about them switching, I think that we definitely got to fix that, because I do not like Luke Kornet on the wing matched up against Neesmith. I don't like him switching matched up against, Siakam. I don't like that. So we have to do a better job. They got to do a better job in switching and getting around screens. That part I won't argue. But with Al Horford being 37 years old, okay, that's why we got rotation players, right? So guys like Tillman, guys like Hauser, guys like that are going to play more. And again, we don't need you guys to be buckets, right? We don't need you guys to be buckets. We need you guys to come in and just be solid.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Y'all bringing up his age, like y'all bringing up Al Horford's age, like. But is that showing in his game? Is he playing like he's 37?
No.
So if you're saying just because he's 37, these are things you would.
Well,
expect,
these
are things that he's done.
I got you.
Dub, he's still.
I got you
with
that.
Playing very well.
No, I got you with that, because I said this in the beginning. I forgot to highlight it in my sentence.
And I'm biased, Dub. You know.
No problem. The pace with the Pacers. They play very fast. So Al Horford, 37 years old, and even though there's some games where he's logging in like 35, 39 minutes and everything, he's going to be playing at the fastest pace that he's had to play against in this whole entire series, against Miami, against Cleveland. And now there's more defensive responsibilities, because now he just can't cheat on defense and just roam in the paint, because now you have to sit here and be mobile and move with these guys. So the pace is also a contributing factor to this, where the Pacers, they want to speed.
You see Al Horford moving his feet.
Yo, all I'm saying, this is just something to look at. And a guy now, Horford, I'm just been waiting. I'm not gonna lie, I've been waiting for him to fall off since the Sixers days, bro. But he's not fucking doing it, right? He's just
why y'all think that's gonna happen against the Pacers? Like, who's
it's like
make him fall off?
Bob. Fuck it, bro. I'm gonna keep betting against it until it fucking happens. Sometimes it just happens. I'm like, that's something.
Don't take gambling advice from Dub, y'all. Yeah.
Don't do it, bro. When you play roulette, you keep your same bets right there. You do not change it at all. If you win, you're gonna win. When you start changing it up, it messes it all up, right? My thing with Al Horford. My bad. I got you. My last thing with Al Horford, though, like in this Cavs series, yeah, people gonna talk about Game 5. It was great, but majority of the games he played in that game was just very inadequate. So let's not big up Al Horford because that
run his ass off the court. And shout out to Obi Toppin. I thought he played well in a lot of games in that Knicks series. Those guys coming off the bench, and like I said, the Knicks, I think they should have kept Obi Toppin. Now seeing what because I've always looked at him as a guy. If he got even more minutes in the starting role, I can see him as like a low budget.
So Obi Toppin's gonna be the one to finally expose.
I said a low budget. I said a low budget.
Obi Toppin's gonna be the one to expose Al Horford.
I said a low budget. But hold on, hold on.
Obi Toppin,
what Dub said made sense.
Amari Stoudemire.
What Dub said made sense. Hold on. What Dub said made sense because this is what Obi does. That's gonna wear down on him throughout the series. He runs. He's a gazelle in transition. So Obi Toppin, every single time the Pacers get the rock, he's out in transition. He's ahead of the pack, dunking the ball. When you run old legs like that in a 7-game series, and it's the one thing they all going to do, they're going to run. The Pacers are going to run. So the score in this series, the scores are going to be high, Chilltown. So they're going to.
How do you stop a team from running? Ticket.
No, but they don't. Even when you stop
the ball, you stop the ball early.
With the Pacers, even when you score,
you gonna stop the ball early when it's off a rebound.
Even when Bob,
Celtics like to play fast too, though. Celtics like to play fast.
How you gonna do that when your defense is scrambled up?
Come out your mouth, Ron. That's one of the most casual things I've
ever
heard. You can't stop the ball because it's off a rebound.
So the Pacers typically have 2 guys that can get the ball, 3 guys with Pascal. It's hard to stop that. Bro, we don't have to grab the ball and wait for the point guard to come back and get the ball. If somebody can just get it off the rebound and go, if it's a long rebound, because you know who the Celtics are and what they like to do and what's Joe Mazzulla's coaching philosophy. Threes. So what happens when Tyrese Halliburton catches the ball at the top of the key and he turns around and just gets to going? Obi's flying down the other side. Neesmith's flying down the other side. It's one pass.
I'll answer that, Ron. I'll answer that right now. When he catches the rebound and he turns around, what's going to happen? Derek White's going to step up and stop the ball.
All right. It's that easy, huh? So if
Yes,
that's the
yes,
case,
it is
if
that
that's
easy.
the case,
And
then it should be
like,
no fast
wait,
break.
wait.
That's the case. Why is it fast breaks that go on in the NBA, Chill? If it's that easy.
The actual, well, Ron, there's gonna be fast breaks no matter what. But I'm saying that, so wait. So the actual act, the physical act of doing that has never been easy. But basketball is not supposed to be easy. So no, I didn't mean it like, oh, it's easy. But I'm saying that is the remedy. That's always been the remedy.
And
the remedy is to stop the ball on that side of half court.
Sure.
Stop the ball as soon as they get it. Stop the ball, right? And you know that. So why are you catching?
And on top of that, Ron,
as a team, you stop the ball.
Right.
It's 3-4 guys running. When you stop me, that's when I pass the ball ahead.
Right. And
when the other person that's in transition,
right,
playing defense, goes and catches the ball that you just passed it to,
right,
that's when you pass it to the next person that's open. That's when it's an alley-oop.
And if Al Horford is trailing, it's going to be bad. I'm just saying.
Hold on, Ox. I'm right with you, Ox. Now, to your point, Ron, you're talking about you pass the ball ahead. When are they the most effective in transition? They're the most effective in transition when Halliburton has the basketball. We saw Drew Holiday slow down the Phoenix Suns by getting in Chris Paul's face in the NBA Finals as fast as they play. They weren't nearly as effective when Chris Paul was throwing the ball up ahead. Their transition game wasn't nearly as good when Chris Paul was throwing the ball up ahead. The reason why the Indiana Pacers are as good as they are when they're playing fast is because when Tyrese Halliburton has the ball, he knows who to get the basketball to, when to get them the basketball, where to get them the basketball. If he's got Drew Holiday in front of him, 75 feet away from the basket, that's slowing them down. That's slowing down a major part of their that's slowing down a major part of their arsenal. And if you slow that down, you slow them down.
So, Chill, I want to say two things to that. First off, and y'all know how I feel about Halliburton, but we got to stop giving Halliburton all the credit for just the fast breaking that goes on with this team.
Because
Nembhard is an amazing point guard. Yes, he plays next. They essentially start 2 point guards, which allows them to get double just the ball moving around, double the fast breaks, double just good passes, and just have 2 guys out there with high IQ. Also, TJ McConnell, we've spoken on him already, but we got to give him his credit too. When he gets the ball, he's pushing it too. So that they got a 3-point guard, 3-headed monster at the point guard position. Also, too, Chill, you told me the Knicks was going to do this. You told me the Knicks was going to slow him down in transition. You told me all of them boys was going to do that. They wasn't able to do it. They got ran out the gym multiple times during the series. Also, on top of that, I don't want to hear nothing about Drew Holiday after the way he got exposed last year. Now, I know they're not playing Jimmy Butler. I know that. But here's the thing, though. Tyrese Halliburton already busted Drew Holiday's ass this year. He played against in the first round, he played against, what's his name, Patrick Beverly. So he was supposed to get roughed up in that series. He made it through Patrick Beverly. This last series, y'all was saying Dante DiVincenzo, he wasn't strong enough. Dante DiVincenzo was boxing him up, pushing around. Y'all was saying all the other players, OG and all of them guys, they was boxing him up. I didn't see it happen last series. So what leads me to believe that they're going to be able to do it again this series?
So,
I'm saying, y'all got to put some respect on Hallie. I'm tired of this.
Nobody's saying that.
Y'all to big everybody else up. Big up Hallie. Ticket, you pick your head up too. You the first one to tell somebody to pick their head up. You pick your head up and give Hallie flowers.
I think they're frauds, but I agree with you. I think the Pacers got the best shot at winning this series because I've noticed that the Celtics don't handle when you hit them. No, I'm serious. When you hit the Celtics, they don't deal with adversity well when you hit them hard. They only when they hit you hard is when they deal well with adversity. And then Indiana's the type of team, they're gonna get up just as many or if not more shots than the Pacers. So than the Celtics. So that's the stat that I think y'all gonna have to look at this series is the amount of shots. I think that the Pacers are keen to get more shots, more attempts this series than the Celtics. And then I think they get exposed in the finals against a real defensive team. So I look at the Pacers team sort of like a Phoenix Suns team where they push the ball a lot, get a lot of easy, quick shots. And then you got a guy like a low-budget Amari Stoudemire like Siakam that you can get a ball to that can go get you a bucket in the half court. But me personally, I think that gets exposed when they play Ant-Man in a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves that can lock you down in multiple positions. I think the Celtics are overrated at many positions. And one of the positions I think they're going to get exposed at is the big man position this series. I think that Siakam, I think that if
Miles Turner.
Miles Turner.
I think if he doesn't hang around the 3-point line all series, if he goes to the post, the Celtics got problems in this series. If Miles Turner hangs around the post area and controls the boards and plays around the block, throwing up some jump hooks and scoring around the post area because it's no Porzingis. So now you can really force their hand and dominate inside the paint. But again, somebody, I don't know if it was you, Chill, somebody said, or Bob, you said, how they going to stop the ball if they score? Bro, listen, Indiana doesn't matter. When you score, they take the ball out and they're throwing it out halfway down the court, period. They're running on scores too.
Nah, bro. You listen. Because just a minute ago, Miles Turner was soft. He was weak because he had a blouse on, and now all of a sudden he thugging on the block. Y'all need to stop all this flip-flop switching and shit. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired.
Hey, respect. Hey, Miles Turner got an elite workout tape, man. I'm not gonna lie.
You up here calling Obi Amari Stoudemire. You had all these bad things to say about the Pacers, but now that they're playing the Celtics, you want to jump shit. You can't never stand strong on 10 toes.
It's two teams. Hold on.
Now Miles Turner.
Well, it's two teams he doesn't like.
Two teams. Who am I gonna pick?
Who you don't like? Now Miles Turner is the difference maker on the block, being aggressive, jump hooks, getting rebounds.
I didn't say that.
A couple months ago, he's soft. He paints his nails. He can't do nothing.
He is.
But make up your goddamn mind.
It's two soft teams.
Tired of y'all asses, bro.
It's two soft teams. Hold on.
Yeah,
First of all, how I'm a flip-flop and we're picking
I'm
a series.
flip-flop because you flip-flop all the time.
I'm saying a question.
He's picking two teams he doesn't like, though.
Teams,
I don't
Jabroni.
care, Dub. I don't care.
So okay, I ain't pick nobody then.
Fellas, I gotta jump.
He gotta pick somebody. He has to pick somebody.
I gotta jump into this list though. We got it.
Ron.
Before
Y'all, you talking about y'all tag team partners of the world? He can't stand on his nuts.
I pick Ghost. I pick Ghost.
Stand on your
Because
nuts.
hold on.
Yeah.
Because Ron told us to pick a side, and I can't pick a team. Because now if I pick, hold on. I just like in this series what the Pacers do more than the Celtics. I think they both frauds. And they both will get the hell beat out of them if they play Ant-Man and them in the finals.
Yeah, Bob, I'm not gonna lie. Like, what do you want him to do, bro? Like,
Right.
Dub, I'm talking to him, Dub. You can't save him, Dub.
my bad. I'm sorry. My bad, Bob.
You made the right decision.
I know. I'm just saying. No, listen.
Bob, you ever had to choose between like you ain't for like having it, but you had to choose like Burger King or fucking like I don't know what's a trash fast food place like Burger King and McDonald's. Like,
I'll have water for dinner.
Yo, you're crazy.
Bob, it's like choosing
Ticket. I was about to say, Ticket had to pick between two ugly girls. He got to pick the best looking ugly chick.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna pick K-Way Mama and his auntie
and Chilltown. I'm taking everything.
Hold on.
I'm taking everything into consideration.
Not just
you gonna pick who?
Everything.
cooking, cleaning.
Who are you picking?
Him in the chat, K-Way in the chat. I'm picking between his mama and his auntie. And I'm taking both of them.
Wow.
At the same damn time.
All right.
Man.
Let's go ahead and get into this this list right here. Mars, I'm gonna start with you. Y'all see the categories. We got defense, offense, rebounding, shooting, coaching, and then we got a couple player matchups and some other things. But Mars, I'm gonna start with you. Who will have the better defense in this series, the Pacers or the Celtics?
Boston.
What makes them the better defense, Mars? And I know that Indiana's defense hasn't been better, but what makes Boston's defense better than Indiana's?
They can guard, but the versatility they have at multiple positions, they can run way more. They have much more scheme versatility because Derek White can switch, he can rim protect, he can fight through screens. Drew Holiday can guard players bigger than him on switches because of his lower body strength. Jaylen Brown has been a very, very good defender this year. I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for that this season. Jason Tatum being able to play proto 5 in terms of being the low man and tagging and all those things. So even though the Pacers like to not 5 out, but they want to have a bunch of people spaced on the outside of the 3-point line. Mm-hmm. Jason Tatum I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Jason Tatum at the 5 in this series. I'll just put it that way. And then the Pacers, just their point of attack isn't very good. They lack a lot of size in the backcourt, especially when TJ McConnell comes in, even though he's a good defender. And their defense is really heavily predicated on Miles Turner having to try and protect the rim to the best of his ability. And I'm not saying it's terrible. I just think Boston have a better defense.
Hold on, Jill. I got a question of Mars. So how do you split that now if Porzingis is not playing in this series to take him away from the basket?
Take who away from the basket?
Porzingis.
Miles Turner.
because you like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if JT plays some small ball five. You got JT, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Derek White, Drew Holiday. Maybe you run Peyton Pritchard. Maybe you run someone else. Like they can still space Miles Turner out. And just with the way that offense runs, Miles Turner's not going to just be able to park in the lane. And even if you run Horford at the 5, Horford can shoot.
I live with him right now. I think I like Al Horford. Horford know that.
I live with him too these days. I'm not gonna lie.
He ain't the same like he was 3 years ago.
Oh, I agree. I think he's the one you leave, but it still provides.
Stay on defense. That's what we at. That's what we at.
Chill, you next. Defense in the series. Who you got?
I attest to what Miles Discoffin is talking about. I think the perimeter is where it's glaring to me with Derek White and Drew Holiday. I feel like he can slow down their transition game more than anything. I think the pickup point's going to be a lot higher. I think they're going to deny a lot higher to slow them down, not just in transition, but in the half court as well. So when I think about how they can keep these guys at bay, Miles Turner isn't a great rebounder. The Celtics have a great rebounding team. Drew Holiday turned into a 6'10" guy against Cleveland, getting on the glass, basically bullying Evan Mobley, which I was flabbergasted by that I can't believe he was able to do that. So now him getting on the glass, Derek White getting on the glass, Jason Tatum getting on the glass, all of these guys getting on the glass, I just feel like they have a better unit defensively overall. Switching, not just with switching, but also just one-on-one. I just think they got a better unit overall.
Ticket, who you got?
I got the Pacers defensively in this series, and that's because I think the Celtics are frauds. I think the Celtics are not that great, and I think you can exploit them. If Spidey Mitchell would have played more games, they'd have won more. The Cavs would have won more games than exploited. Spidey exploited the defense by himself. So let's just start right there. We've already seen that the point guard is not the same. Holiday's not the same defensively. He ain't the same as he was 3-4 years ago. He's older now. He's like in year 15, right? Year 16, right? So he's on a back end defensively. He ain't the same. We saw him get dismantled before. He gonna have his hands full with Tyrese Halliburton if Hallie's aggressive like he was in that last game, in a few games in that last series. If he's aggressive like that, he gonna have his hands full with that, chasing him around all game. Mm-hmm. So I don't see much coming from him offensively. Then with Jaylen Brown running around here like he got diarrhea all the time. I don't know what he's supposed to do. He can't. I'm still watching him unable to dribble with his left hand. So what is he going to do defensively if he's going to be tired offensively to produce? Because the one thing I know that the Pacers players are going to do, they're going to run all game. Them dudes. That's the one team that I say, you know what? The coach changed up his coaching style because Rick Carlisle was not this type of coach. Mm-hmm. He'd shown me he's a damn good coach because he changed the philosophy and how he coached to the makeup and the personnel of his team. So in this series, I think just off the strength that these young boys got that much and we're going to be that much more hungrier, I think that the Pacers are getting more confident now that they got through that Knicks series and won that Game 7. That's going to be big. I think they win Game 1 based off of the fact that they get key stops. I think they're going to play the passing lanes well. And again, I told y'all, I like that dude Nembhard, man. That's one of my favorite guys. He a gangster, bro. When I seen how he stepped to Dame Dollar and was fighting off all those screens to try to guard Dame, he was on Dame like peanut butter on jelly, straight like that.
Well, two things really quick, Ticket. Two things. Well, Jaylen Brown, to Mars's point, talked about him being a really good defender. I think he's playing at an all-league defensive level.
Who?
Jaylen Brown. I think he played at an all-league defensive level this season. Flip that around with, I don't know if I can name. I'm having a difficult time. I know I can't name 10 players in the league better in transition than Jaylen Brown. So if you're going to speed the game up, you're going to make it even harder for Indiana. Because just like Siakam's one of the better transition players in the game offensively, he's going to suffer on defense because he's got to deal with Jaylen Brown, who's also one of the best transition players.
They compete. So with him, Nembhard, and the other brother y'all named, the other guard y'all named, Naismith.
Yep.
I like the way they compete, though.
Right.
I'm talking about on the wings. I'm talking about active hands. I'm talking about staying attached to your guy, fighting over screens. These are the small things I saw them doing throughout the course of series, bro. And guess what, Chilltown? Another thing I will admit that the Pacers showed me, they got mental toughness. They can lose a game and they'll still be – Rick Carlisle gets them to a place to where they come back next game more focused, more locked in. And then I'm gonna give you one last thing. It's gonna be hard for the Celtics to score a lot of points in Indiana. Indiana's not gonna be an easy place to play. So if they drop game 1 or game 2, they're gonna drop game 3 or game 4 in Indiana, bro. Trust what I'm telling you.
Why two things, Ticket, and you just made an interesting point that I will agree with you, but I agree with you in a different way because I feel like the momentum, the Celtics haven't played since last Wednesday. Indiana just got off New York ass. So they got the momentum. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost tonight. But to flip that around, Ticket, you talking about how Rick Carlisle helps them deal with adversity. Just so you know, Ticket, the Celtics are undefeated after a loss this year. Undefeated. They have not lost a game. So when they play whomever they play, whenever they lose, they bounce back. They don't have a problem bouncing back. And since you want a subject of cupcakes, I mean, we're talking about an Indiana team who nobody in here, even Ron, did not have them going this far in the playoffs. You didn't, Ron. And if you say you did before the playoffs started, you lying. You did not have them going this far.
But they're here, right?
Yeah, they are here. Absolutely,
right,
they are. So with that being said, this team in Boston, they definitely respond to adversity. And to be on the road, I think the Celtics they have one of the best road records in the league.
Bro,
and on top of that,
no, you lying, bro. They're not responding to adversity. They got a hand up, bro. Tell me. How is it responding to adversity?
What do you mean I'm lying, Ticket? They're undefeated after a loss. They're undefeated. They haven't lost the game after they lost.
I'm about to tell you right now because I
don't know if it's more adversity than that.
I'm tell you right now. How can they respond to adversity when what game did they with Spidey and them won?
I think it was game 3. I want to say game 3.
No, they won game 2.
It was game 2.
Oh, it was game 2. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Mars, they won game 2. Did Spidey play game 3, Mars?
Yes, he did.
Right, and that game was close. Hold on. That game was close, right?
Boston won, but
yeah, right. No, right. So that game was close. How do you fight adversity when their best rim protector didn't play?
Right.
Then in the next game, the star player doesn't play and the rim protector ain't out there.
Okay, well, you're talking about guys not being available. I'm talking about guys. No, it's not a handout, Ticket. I'm talking about guys responding to adversity. So, for example, Drew Holiday shooting the way he's shooting. So he could just go, you know what? I'm not shooting the basketball and I'm going to tuck my head. Instead, what does he do? He sticks his nose in there and he starts rebounding. He sticks his nose in there and he starts getting buckets around the basket. He starts playing better defense, which opens up more of his offense. That's responding to adversity as opposed to just ducking your head down and just letting things go. I'm not gonna say that without Spidey, without Jared Allen, that didn't affect them. 100% it did. But it also didn't affect the Celtics when they played against the Miami Heat. When they went off on what they did.
You take your best offensive player and your best defensive player off the court. What now?
If you take your best, well, of course you're going to be in a bind. But we still have to do our job. 100%.
But that makes it a lot more easy. Is all I'm saying.
Well, I don't want to argue that. I won't argue that. Yo, our job is.
We got to get to the next
category.
Ox, on you. Defense. Who you got?
Celtics.
Doug, who you got is the better defense in this series?
It's the Celtics. It shouldn't be a debate.
All right. Next is better options.
No, he said for this series, bro. He ain't say for. He talking about for this series, Doug.
Yeah, just for the series. That's all.
Not for all time. I'm talking about when you looking at this series.
The only person, in my opinion, the only person in the series that can stop the Celtics is themselves. That's the only people I think that can stop them. Is their decision making.
Mars, offense. Which team has the better hand?
Well, if Boston are going to have the better defense, wouldn't that mean their offense will be better by default?
What?
Based on what?
Because they're going to be stopping Indiana more than Indiana's going to be stopping them.
So you still got to score the ball. You can play good defense and not still score.
I agree with that, but like
Minnesota's
if
defense,
if Boston can guard Indiana better than Indiana can guard Boston, and Boston in their own right have had, I think, the second best offense this season.
So would you say the Wolves' offense was better than the Nuggets?
In the series, it was like easily.
Depends on where you're getting your points from, Mars. I think that matters too.
What's that mean?
What that means is, for example, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They were able to speed the game up because of their defense. They were able to, when the game slowed down,
the Minnesota offense,
it has not been that good. Well, that wouldn't mean that if the Indiana Pacers, that wouldn't mean their offense. I mean, the Celtics offense would be better because you're getting buckets in different ways.
Yeah, but you're still scoring.
You are still scoring. I mean, I don't think it's that black and white.
But the defense
like,
is creating the score. The defense is creating the score
Right.
more than the
Yeah,
offense.
but if you can get
Because the game does slow down too, Maul.
You're overcomplicating it more than
I'm not
that.
saying I'm not. I'm not arguing against that. If Boston can stop them more,
just say Boston. We go to the next one. We go to the next one.
Okay,
Who's next? Who's next one? Because
Chill.
hate that shit.
Yeah, the Celtics. I think they got more firepower.
Ticket. Better offense.
The Pacers. They push the ball more. They're going to get more shots. I told you the amount of shots is going to be what determines the series. I think the Pacers are going to get more possessions and more shots than the Celtics.
Big Ox.
I got the Celtics.
You guys just outright taking the Celtics for offense. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm picking.
I got the
it's the
wrong.
Pacers.
I got the Pacers by 10 today.
Damn.
I think the Pacers. I think the Pacers going to hit them early in the first quarter and run them off the court. That's what I think. Yeah, I think the Pacers are going to blitz on the day.
Pacers offense, especially like offense off the bench as well. I'm going with the Pacers.
Y'all say I'm yapping, but then when I'm right, y'all say I'm capping. Get out of here, bro.
All right. Next category we got is rebounding. Mars.
if Indiana are gonna miss more shots when Boston get more rebounds?
Yes, that's what will happen.
No, because they got another big off the court. So that's more offensive rebound opportunities for those bigs on Indiana.
Oh, offensive. Okay.
Pascal Siakam.
I'm picking Boston for every category.
That's crazy. Halliburton rebounds. Y'all dudes out y'all mind, man.
Chill.
Boston.
How?
And the reason why they're first of all, you just said it, Ticket, about Halliburton. Boston is a superior gang rebounding team.
How? Without their bigs.
What do you mean without their bigs? They got one big in Porzingis.
Okay, so you saying gang?
And just so you know, their small forward leads them in rebounding.
Jaylen Brown only average how many rebounds a game? 5?
Even if that's true.
Power forward.
I'm sorry, Mars. I think he's their small forward, but he leads them in rebounding. Porzingis doesn't lead them in rebounding. Al Horford doesn't lead them in rebounding. Cornette doesn't lead them in rebounding. Their small forward leeds them in rebounding.
Where are they in the league in rebounding this year? Where were they ranked in the league in rebounding?
I think they were fifth in the league this year in rebounding. They definitely were in the top 10, but I think they were 5. But they're great at gaining rebounds.
Third in rebounds.
Third. I'm sorry. I thought it was 5th, Miles. I apologize.
Who?
I knew they were the
The
Celtics.
Celtics.
Yep. So.
Oh no,
I
they're
think
third in the playoffs. My apologies. They're third in the playoffs.
I think they were 5th this year in the league in rebounding overall, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's the Celtics, Ron.
They were
All
second.
right, Ticket. Who you got?
Second Showtown.
Second.
Yeah.
I got without Porzingis and those guys. I got the Pacers. Without Porzingis and those guys. And the reason
Ticket, why you keep saying and those guys? Who else after Porzingis? Who else?
Well, Al Horford's old.
Okay.
And I like the fact that they got more athletic and better bigs. Like I like Obi Toppin them coming in the game, man. I like those guys, man. Those guys are able to get it, and they will go get it, bro. Miles Turner, he's gonna have probably a double-double this series. He's gonna average probably around 17, 11 this series. Siakam's gonna average around 8, 9 rebounds a game this series. I got the point guard, Tyrese Halliburton's gonna average around 6 rebounds this series. Then Nembhard, them always going to get you 2 or 3 rebounds. TJ McConnell's going to get you two rebounds you ain't expecting. Is going to rebound for you as well. Obi Toppin's going to get you 4 or 5 rebounds coming off the bench in a reserve role. I just like them guys better rebounding the ball, especially at the big spot, because Porzingis not going to be out there. So now that's not going to take you away from the basket as much. You're going to be closer to the basket and able to clock in and get – because, yeah, Al Horford's going to hang around the three-point line. Right. So that's going to hurt because those guys are going to be on the inside. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the Pacers players. So they're going to have better rebounding position.
Sure. On a defensive end. Absolutely. And then can't you use that same logic with the Celtics?
No, because I don't see Al Horford as a great rebounder no more. If you have Porzingis out there, it kind of deters you. He's a 7-footer. It's harder to go get balls over him, Pauls.
Yeah.
But again, man, without Porzingis out there, bro, I think the Indiana Pacers activity, their defense and their activity is what's going to get them a lot of rebounds in this. I think they out-rebound the Boston Celtics this series too. I think they have more scoring. I think they have more. I think they shoot more shots than the Celtics, and I think they out-rebound the Celtics this series. I think those are probably the two key things that's going to
win. If they do that ticket, they win the game. They win the series.
I told you they're going to win by 10 or more tonight. I think they're going to, in the first quarter, I think it's going to be something like 33-22.
I wouldn't be surprised if they won game one tonight. Off of
Indiana. I'm telling you, they're going to come out there and win those games tonight in Boston.
Game one.
Boston are getting 85% of their defensive rebounds in the playoffs.
Okay, that's because they ain't playing nobody.
The Pacers are getting 73%.
Hold on. The Boston Celtics numbers, here I'm exposed more.
They went up
the Boston Celtics numbers would not look like that if, first of all, Jared Allen was playing.
The Pacers were a bad regular season.
Hold on, I'm going to say it again. Hold on, I'm about to tell you right now, though.
Let's talk about everybody that was hurt on the
I'm saying Jared Allen was, hold on. Jared Allen averaged them a double-double, right or wrong. So that's taking almost 10 rebounds off the board right there. We know Jared Allen going to do two things, block shots and rebound. That's one. And then who did they play in the first round, y'all? They played the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat, all they had out there was Bam. So you really didn't have that much to worry about on the boards.
Yeah, who did they have to worry about in the Knicks? Mitchell Robinson wasn't there. Julius Randle wasn't there. OG wasn't. Come on,
Josh Hart and
Hartenstein, who are rotation guys.
Okay, yeah, but still. If we talk about guys that's missing, let's talk about everybody that was missing in this whole series. Though. I don't want to just do it one-sided.
Boston have been a better rebounding team. Boston are a better rebounding team in the regular season, substantially. They're a better rebounding team in the postseason, substantially.
Yeah.
Against who?
The
Ticket, you keep saying it.
Miami.
Well, if Ticket says that the Pacers are better defensively and offensively, that means it's going to be more rebounds to the Pacers because of that.
No, that's overcomplicating it.
No, I'm just being like you. That's what I'm doing. Like you should understand Ticket's mind frame right here because he say the same shit you saying before.
Yeah, overcomplicating it.
When I'm right, they're going to be chat.
Yeah, so my thing is
better rebounding team. Talk to me.
Better rebounding team. It's kind of without KP. That is a thing. Like without KP, that doesn't make it more hard for Boston. Even though he's not the leading rebounder, I do understand that. But I do see what you're saying, and I think I agree with the game rebounding aspect of it with Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown. They understand that they have to gang rebound because their big isn't there. So on top of that too, how much the Pacers want to get out and run, that's all I've been hearing for the last 50 minutes is how much they're going to get out and run like a track meet. My thing is when the team likes to get out and run, the other coach typically should send another guy to that offensive glass. That opens it up for some more offensive rebounders for the Celtics. So I'll probably lean with the Celtics on this one.
All right, Dub, who you got on this and in the poll that I just ran? By the way, go vote on the poll and then like the video too.
Shit, I seen the big body of Bama on the board, so you know.
Hey, get Dub off the glass, yo. What is Dub doing on the glass, man?
I keep telling people don't believe me. I could grab boards, bro. That's
Dub no ass off the glass, man. What are you doing?
So you say that until you really matched up with me, man. I'm just gonna let you know right now. There's more
out here.
Nah, but I think it's actually going to be surprisingly pretty even because I think KP not being there actually does affect them. So I mean, I'll go with the Celtics, but I think it's going to be more of a wash than anything in this series.
I don't, man. Y'all giving them dudes credit for having a cakewalk. Again, they're going to rebound better than Cleveland.
We're just talking about rebounds, man.
Hold on, I'm saying again, you're going to rebound and look better defensively against a team like that when you don't have to play against a star player 2 times in the series. And then remember, the other big boy, he made an all-star team just the other year. And he was a double-double. He's their best defender, and he's their best rebounder. He didn't play that whole series. Miami had guys that was out in that series. Jimmy's a good rebounder for his size in the playoffs and what he brings to the table. So you're dealing with just Bam Adebayo, and really what else? I mean, they had old Kevin Love and stuff like this, not really getting many minutes. You didn't really have guys out there that's going to do that. With Indiana, at least when they played the Knicks, you still had a dude that was getting you 13 or 14 rebounds a game in Josh Hart. You still had guys like Hart and seeing them dudes that was crashing the boards. And we already know all those guys on the Knicks going to crash the boards anyways. Then the other team they played the Bucks. We know how the Bucks are on the boards. So the Bucks, even without Giannis, the Bucks don't get on the boards with Bobby Portis and all those boys. So they had a better test than what the Boston Celtics had. The Celtics have had a cakewalk. And that's
all my days. In all my days of watching basketball, I have never once in my life seen an easier path to the conference finals. I've never
for both of these teams.
when it comes to all the injuries and stuff like that. Now, if both of these teams, and obviously the Celtics, the Pacers, they earned it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to knock that. I swear I'm not. They earned it. You can only play who's in front of you. They didn't hurt anybody. They're just playing basketball. But you keep talking about cakewalk, ticket like you got it. It's on both sides, bro. And you know, Dame out. Giannis was out. The whole starting lineup from the Knicks was out, except for Jalen Brunson. Like, come on, bro.
But they still had guys that was rebounding though.
You cannot ignore that.
But you still had guys that was. If Josh Hart's still getting you 14 rebounds, more than all the bigs.
Okay, so if Josh Hart can get all those rebounds against the Pacers, why can't Drew and Derek do it?
Because they don't rebound like
not individually, Morris. Together. You know what I'm saying? Together.
Man, go ahead, Ron. Anything to go against the final boss, man. It's crazy.
Who, me?
The next category is coaching.
You just capping. I gotta call it out. I can't see why you lie to the people.
Pacers.
Mars, coaching. Who you got?
I think Carlisle's a better coach than Missoula.
You think? See, this is the hate I try to tell y'all. On the ticket. This man said he thinks Kakai is better than a championship level coach.
No, he didn't just say that.
No, he said Rick Carlisle. He said Rick Carlisle.
He said, I think. It don't need to be no thought.
My bad for thinking about my answers. I won't think next time. I'll just say whatever comes to mind. My bad. I apologize.
Hold on. Do you?
Yeah, I won't think anymore. I won't think anymore. I'll just say whatever comes to my mind. No filter.
All right, Mars got Carlisle.
Why don't we looking like that?
Chill. Who you got? Chill.
Rick Carlisle. I think he's a better coach. The experience, definitely. Yeah, I think he's a better coach.
Boy, y'all. Hey, that's the hate is real, y'all.
Ticket. What do you want me to say? Hey, Rick Carlisle. Ticket.
Why you keep saying you think?
Ticket. Rick Carlisle is a better coach than Missoula.
I'm about to say, man, we ain't got to think about this, bro.
Damn, Rick Carlisle is a better coach than Missoula. There you go.
Ticket. Who you got?
I ought to slap you for even asking that question. Man, won a championship, back in the conference finals with a different team. He already was with the Pacers before, and the only reason why they didn't win a championship is because of the malice in the palace in Chilltown. Know that.
I had them winning the NBA championship that year.
We asked this question.
Yeah, I had them winning the championship that year.
All right, Big Ox, talk to me.
Shit, bro. I don't know. I don't be in those huddles, bro. I don't be in the locker room.
Oh man.
Oh wow. Good answer, actually, Bob. Very good answer.
I ain't in the Boston Celtics locker room. I ain't in their huddle, and I know that
Big Ox.
Which
coach do you like more? Joe Mazzulla in this series. Joe Mazzulla or Rick Carlisle?
Sam Cassell.
I'm gonna take that. That means that we go. That means we going with the Celtics because Sam Cassell on that bench. So that's which way we going with that.
All right, Dub, who you rocking with?
Bro, I said it as soon as you asked the question. That's Rick.
All right, shooting. Who shoots better in this series? Mars.
Now this is crazy.
I said the Pacers do a good job of running teams off the 3-point line and not giving up wide open threes. Boston are more likely to give up open threes than the Pacers are. So based on that, I think the Pacers will probably shoot the three at a higher percentage, but I think Boston will just get more up. So I'll say the Pacers will probably shoot better.
All right, chill.
I think the Celtics are going to shoot better to counter Mars's point by running off the 3-point line, guys shooting in the mid-range, guys getting to the rim. I think that they just shoot better.
All right, Ticket.
I don't know. This one, I'm in the middle on this. I think it's gonna be pretty much even the shooting. I think the difference in the series ain't gonna be shooting. I think the difference in the series is gonna be in the fast break. Those easy points. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. I think Indiana, off the easy points, they're gonna get in transition.
So getting to the rim, Ticket, you talking about? So not like stop and pop and stuff like that. Just getting to the rim.
Yep, transition, easy points. I think that's the. I'm telling you, they're going to create more possessions based off those easy points than Boston does, and it's going to just overwhelm. That's what they've been able to do all season long, Chilltown. All their wins, they overwhelm you with just pushing the ball and like ramming it. Like I ain't want to say that.
So you can say it, ramming it down your throat. Yes, pushing the pace. Yes.
Oh, yeah. So that I mean, I when I look at that dog and how the Pacers play like that, man. Bro, it's been hard. It's gonna be hard for the Celtics to kind of deal with that, bro. Because to me, they can also get hot from three, especially at home. The Pacers get behind that crowd at home, you in trouble. And the
Guys, who you got?
the Celtics crowd will quit on you. If you get down by 15 early, Mars and Bob and y'all, the Celtics crowd will quit on them.
They won't quit. They'll just boo you.
Boo! It'll be
They'll
quiet
just,
as hell.
they'll just boo you. But then
Rightfully so. Rightfully so. I don't be mad at home teams.
Me neither.
Crowds for doing
Me
it.
neither.
Like in Sacramento, we would never do that. But
Right.
I don't be mad at other places.
You
for
suck.
doing that. Like,
Tell them they suck.
I paid all this money for this damn TV. You better do something.
Yes.
But,
If you suck, tell them they suck.
Facts. But Ronnie, answer the question. I don't know who will shoot better, but I do think the Celtics will shoot more. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure the Celtics will get them up more. So they might make a similar amount or more. So I don't know who will shoot better, but
Ron, read that right there, Ron.
That's something I can't call, Ron.
Ron, read that right there. Read that right there before I go. That's the
I
last
do think
one.
the Celtics will shoot more, though, bro. I do.
Ron, that's the last one I'm addressing. I got to go. Read that right there before I go because that was addressed to me.
Q Spades said, it's funny how certain YouTubers were running their mouths saying Bron got Ham fired when it was more AD's doing. Their narratives got cooked really quick. Turns out he has no say in his coaching hire.
So how is JJ Redick? How is JJ Redick the #1 candidate then if he ain't got no say? How is the same dude he's on a podcast with have the #1? He's the leading candidate, bro. Bro, listen. Just say you hate me, and I'm gonna tell you what the great ones tell you. You can kiss my ass.
Certain YouTubers. I love that.
Wow. All right, y'all. Hey, you heard it.
Kissing, y'all seen that earlier. You might as well kiss him.
Hey, shooting big. Oh, so you hold on. You said the Celtics big ox?
I said they'll shoot more. I don't know who'll shoot better. I can't call it.
I
Who you
agree with that.
predict?
I think the pace is.
I mean, probably the Celtics, I guess, because they're going to shoot more. So if by a lot of standards, it's whoever does more something usually does it better. So if the Celtics make more threes, then typically people are going to say they made it better, even if they shot 1,000 more. So I'll go with the Celtics. It's fine. I don't got no problem with that.
Who you got, Dub?
I have no clue. Like, I don't know.
Oh, yo, I mean, y'all seen Indiana. Y'all seen Indiana this season. Boston, I think they led the league this year in threes. Not only did they lead the league in threes, they were at the top of the league in scoring. They're not just scoring at the rim. They're scoring in the long ball. They're scoring in transition. They're scoring in stop and pop. Indiana had one of the worst transition defenses in the league. The Celtics play fast, also in the half court. The Boston Celtics play behind the long ball line. They get a lot of wide open looks with their action, a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the Indiana Pacers have been playing better defense. But if you're talking about a team who has not been throughout the year, they've been actually bad defensively. Why wouldn't the Celtics shoot better going up against a worse defensive team?
Because they don't have a guy like KP there with them. And I'm not going to lie, Al Horford shot 28% from three last series. Like 28%.
Right.
And so you have him that's going to be out there. I mean, maybe if you're going to say maybe Sam Hauser is going to replace that, sure. But I'm really looking like the absence of KP is really crucial here.
Mm-hmm.
If he was there, I'll pick the Celtics like without a thought in my mind. But without him being there, I'm just not sure about it because I really think they're going to prey on Al Horford. He shot 28% from three in the last series, 28, and that got carried. That got carried from that last game that he had. It really should have been even worse than that, but it is what it is. I'm just saying, like the Celtics shooting right now without KP, I don't know. I'm not believing in it like that, man.
I got 3 matchups that we're gonna run down, and then we're gonna move on to the next thing. The first matchup, we spoke on it a little bit, but I got to hear from everybody. We got Tatum and Siakam. Who you guys got?
Give me Pascal, Ron.
I'm taking Jason Tatum
Pascal.
in this match. I'm taking Jason Tatum in this matchup. I think he's more versatile. I think he's a better one-on-one player. I think he's a better scorer, and I think he's a better defender. I'm taking Jason Tatum in this matchup.
JT, it should be JT. It should be JT, but I wouldn't be surprised if the other thing happens. But it should be JT.
The other thing.
You never know, man. You never know.
Jason Tatum.
And you're taking JT comfortably?
Are we going to do Luka versus Jaden McDaniels when we do Dallas and OKC?
The reason why I did this is because they both.
I mean, Dallas and Minnesota.
I understand what you're saying. The reason why I did these two is because they both played a 4. And they're actually, I expect them to be guarding each other.
They probably will.
Jason Tatum, comfortably.
All right.
Wait, Mark. What does Luka and Jaden McDaniels got to do with Jason?
Oh no, it's just like we're talking about players who are clearly not on the same level. So I was just asking if we were just doing it because we think they're going to guard each other.
Well, the Pascal Siakam, Jason Tatum, I think is a way closer gap than Luka and Jason.
Yeah, I'm not arguing against that. I was just asking if it was because we thought they were going to guard each other, or it was because of them playing the same position.
Okay.
I think it's more.
It's because of the position. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
Also, too, though, I think Siakam got action to outplay JT in the series. I don't think that's far-fetched.
When we say outplay, we're not talking about who's going to score more points. Right?
No, just
Yeah,
because you score more
I'm
points
aware.
does not
I'm
necessarily mean that you outplay somebody. No.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna just rock with Siakam. I'm gonna rock with Siakam still.
All right, the next matchup, we talked about it a little bit, but we got Miles Turner and Al Horford. Who has the better series?
Miles. I'm picking Miles.
Fuck.
So you can take off your Dominican fan.
He got to take Dominican Dirk, man. He got to take Dominican.
I can't rightfully say Al Horford in this matchup because, like, I first of all, I like Miles Turner anyway. I think Miles is going to do more. I think he's going to just bring more for his team, defense, rebounding, all types of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Miles.
Chill.
I'll take Miles, but I won't take him by a lot. He did show me some stuff in this Knicks series. I had tagged him as soft. I had tagged him as inefficient. I had tagged him as almost irrelevant. But he showed me some stuff. He's gonna have to show me more in this. He should be better in this series. Going up against a dude almost 10 years older than him, he should be better against him.
But Doug, also expect one or two really big games from Al Horford. Now I don't mean like 40 and 20 big games, but you know.
Yeah, Doug, don't be
Like,
surprised to
good
see 20 and don't be surprised to see 20 and 13 games. Don't be surprised.
Not even full games either, Doug, too. So expect some really big third quarters from Al Horford. You know what I'm saying?
Don't be
Expect
surprised
some
to see
really, you know what I
something
mean?
like
Some big runs that matter, you know.
Hey, Bob, trust me. I mean, we've been seeing it for years now with him when we've been waiting for this. I get it. I think this
straight screwing Dubs parlays up.
Yo, bro, like I'm expecting this man to fall off. But I love to see it. Like I love to see him succeed at an older age. Like I'm never gonna be mad at him for performing well, right? But I'm just like, bro, there's no way. It's like, yo, he just can't keep doing this. There's no way he could just keep doing this. There's no way.
Bob, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a 13-13 game and he was ridiculous. He was ridiculously efficient and he was rebounding and he was on the glass, not just on the glass, but protecting the rim. And like 2 for 3 on the long ball, that would not surprise me to see a game like that from Al Horford.
And that would be super impactful. So while I can say like the way I look at it is Miles Turner might have a better game, but the impact on what Al Horford brought might trump Miles Turner.
I got you.
I got Miles though. I got Miles.
Miles Turner.
All right. Last but certainly not least, we got Jaylen Brown and Tyrese Halliburton.
That's not the same position.
I wasn't expecting that, but give me Jaylen.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, Ron, I'm not gonna lie. You're throwing a monkey wrench in what I'm trying to figure out with this thing, bro.
I think Jaylen Brown.
Go ahead, Joe.
I think Jaylen Brown has a better series. And the reason why I think Jaylen Brown has a better series is because of how fast Indiana plays. Not just how fast they play, how good Jaylen Brown is in transition. Because Indiana has a tendency to force you to play fast. And when they force you to play fast, that plays right into the hands of Jaylen Brown. Not Jason Tatum. Tyrese Halliburton, on the other hand, he's got a matchup that he has to deal with Jrue Holiday, slowing him down. He hasn't seen a lead guard like this have to deal with him in this aspect for the playoffs like that. And I think that matchup between him and Jrue Holiday, where Jrue Holiday is going to do his best to slow him down in transition, I think that's a lot more potent, and that's going to affect Indiana way more than what Jaylen Brown is going to do with the Boston Celtics.
All right. Anybody else got anything on that matchup?
Tyrese.
I'll take Jaylen Brown.
And Ox, you're going with Tyrese? right.
You know what look that is, Ron? I
Ron,
suppose.
Ron,
I
when
suppose.
you ever see me go against Jaylen Brown?
That's
I'm
true.
not gonna start. I'm not gonna start today with Tyrese Halliburton.
Definitely not with him.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and transition. We talked a lot about the Pacers and the Celtics, but now it's time to get to the Mavericks and the Wolves. This is definitely a big time series. I'm looking forward to it. We got a lot of matchups on this side and all of that stuff too. So let's kind of get into it. But I had to bring up a Wolves fan so he can, talk his talk about the Wolves he's been preaching. But that's not it though. What's up, Early? It's good to have you up here. But I also had to go and find a Mavericks fan too, so he can talk his talk as well.
With me, man.
What the hell?
I'm just here to push ant propaganda. We know me.
Early coming up here. You here to push ant propaganda, but you get on me about Jason Tatum. I'm sick of you, Early. I am sick of you, Early. I have had it with you. I'm sick of you, Early.
Chill. Let me say this though.
I am sick of you.
Shout out to Jalen Carter, Lowe, and everybody else who paid my money. Came up a nice little $4,700 this Sunday.
Can I get paid? Can I get my bread?
Man, a lot of people was taking that boy, that Serbian man, and it backfired on him. But I'm glad Dub is here because Dub knows. Look, man, we live in a society where it seems like we go with the masses. What everybody else say, we go with. But Dub know 5 or 6 months I stood on 10 toes down on these Wolves and Ant-Man. I had Mars wouldn't have bet me 10,000 the Nuggets was going to win that series, man. They laughed at me, Dub. Ant going to be the face of the league. Now you look at ESPN. Is Ant the face of the league is what they are talking about. They laughed at me. I said the Wolves, they played the Nuggets, was going to win that series, and they laughed at me. But who's laughing now? It's cool because Dub knows I'm the guy that always, Everdale, I'm always saying stuff, and it always sounds like Early talking crazy talk. And then when time goes by, you look back and go, God damn, maybe Earl was on to something. Come on, man. Ant-Man will be the face of the league coming in the next year.
I mean, Timberwolves are going to win when they're up 2-0 in the series, but
them reflections on your glasses is fucking killing me, bro.
Right? You know why?
It's killing me the whole time.
It's bright in my eyes, man. I'm getting prepared for Cancun. I got a little outfit, little Prada outfit. I'm on the way down to visit the Thunder and the Nuggets. Jokic supposed to be having the horses out there. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, early I came down here expecting to see some people too. And when I got down here, I seen people I wasn't expecting to see. Like, Jokic, what you doing down here? Jamal, that's you?
It's a beautiful time, man. Yeah. Hey, look, we done. And Bob, you gonna love this. We are done with niggas who don't play both sides of the court. We done with them. We done with them. It was a time we used to root for niggas who play both sides of the ball, and then Stephen Wendell Curry came around with his non-defense playing ass, and y'all rolled that shit. Now we root for niggas who don't play defense. We done with that. Ant then brought that. We done with that era. We done with Luka.
Wait, don't you root for someone on the Timberwolves that don't play both sides of the ball?
Man, who?
Rudy Gobert.
We don't care about Rudy. This is Ant's team, nigga. You know this Ant's team. Same way Luka and his no.
We don't care about Rudy. All right,
that's his team. We done with them, man. Even Kyrie playing.
Rudy's offense clears Luka's defense.
Clears.
Mars, you fight that, Mars?
You had to think about it.
I don't know. Luka, when he's healthy, be playing some good defense.
Luka, when he's healthy,
out of here. Hell no.
No, you don't.
Hell no.
Hold on. Let him get it off, y'all. Let him get it off.
Come on.
If this is the route you want to go down, explain to us why Luka's offense is better than Rudy's. Did you just say he led the league in charges? Is that what you just said?
No, I said he tried to set up them charges. I didn't say lead the league in charges. Nah, of course not. But hey, when Luka
Kevin Love led the league in charges, and I'm just
saying Giddey's trying to fight with that too.
But that's part of defense, right? Being in the right position.
100% it is.
Causing disruption on the offense.
Yes, sir.
And that's what Luka does. He does great effort. He has really good hands, really good anticipation. And yeah, he's slow-footed, but when he's healthy, he puts the attempt, and you saw him keeping his feet in front of some of these offensive players.
Shut the hell up, Riddell. No, he did.
He did it with J-Dub. Couldn't get by him. This is slow-footed Luka Dončić.
Stop it. Hey, Mark, what's the percentage when Luka checking him? What's the percentage of Luka covering?
We crap on Luka
Oh,
Dončić
God.
when it comes to defense, but we see more consistent defensive capability from him. Not a lucky fadeaway
No,
from
we haven't.
Rudy Gobert.
Kyrie.
That never will happen ever again in his life. But
Kyrie has stepped
I
up.
digress.
Riddell, they were making switches, hunting Luka out. If I wish Chet would have just stayed his tall
He's the
white
worst
ass in
defender on
the
the team.
corner
That doesn't
and
mean
shot the
anything.
three and cleared the lane because he kept bringing Likely and Gafford to the damn paint, giving SGA and fucking J-Dub another defender in the paint. I wish he just sat his white ass in the corner, shot that three.
What does him
That
being
way
white have to do with
SGA
anything? What
and
does him
Dub
being
would have
white
got
have
to
to
the
do with
cup,
anything? You say
man.
the same thing about Wemby being light skinned, but do you have to sit his light skin as at the long ball line?
First of all, Wemby got it all. Wemby, they ain't the same people. Wemby got it all. Come on, chill. Wemby got it all. Mr. Alonzo Mourning couldn't cover Jokic. Wemby got it all.
He
Let's
can.
be real. All right, man.
Riddell early. So we got to start with these two questions because I know you guys are both gonna come up here and be biased about your teams, cape for your teams, and all of that, and I expect that. But I gotta ask you guys why, not why you guys are gonna win, but why won't the other team win? Why are you guys better than the other team? So early. Well, no, Riddell, I'm gonna start with you. Why can't the Wolves beat you guys?
When it comes to the series, I understand that the Timberwolves, are playing a lot of great defense. They played great defense on the Nuggets, of course, and they got good size. But the Mavericks in particular are definitely going to play a type of defense that shows the liabilities on the Timberwolves offense. I'm not trusting them. When it comes down to the Dallas Mavericks defense, the thing that really scares me when they played against the Clippers and the Thunder is that great three-point shooting. And we saw in Game 6, Thunder were lighting it up from three. But despite that, the Mavericks were able to come back. Guess what the Timberwolves are about to do? They're not going to shoot nearly as good at three. And I'm not scared of Rudy Gobert in the paint. Rudy Gobert can have as many post touches as they want. What the Mavericks do on defense is they pick particular people that they want to shoot. And the way they rotate their defense, despite not having the same type of defensive personnel, it's a very intelligent defense, which is why, I'm not going to lie, a lot of the wins for the Mavericks recently has been through their defense and how they've been playing. So I'm expecting that defense to play way better against that Timberwolves offense, probably even better than against the Thunder's offense and the Clippers offense. And then the Mavericks offense, I'm not going to be worried. I'm not going to be worried. Luka looking healthier in Game 5 and Game 6. Kyrie got more aggressive in Game 6. I'm not scared, bro. We're going to cook. That Timberwolves offense is not going to keep up, and the Mavericks going to win the series.
First of all, let's dead the you're not scared logic. You can not be scared and still get your ass whooped. So that don't mean nothing about you not being scared. So that's number one. Number two, but I'm sorry, Early, as before you're about to go. But if you look at what your strength is, that's what the Minnesota strength is defensively. Your strength is on the perimeter. That's what the Minnesota strength is defensively on the perimeter with Anthony Edwards, with Jaden McDaniels, with Naz Reid, who can also defend on the perimeter, with Alexander Walker, all of these guys. And not just switchable. They're not looking for switches. They're actually fighting around screens. They're pushing you further away from the basket. Luka being hobbled the way he is, 100% they are going to go after him. He is not a guy that they're looking at and they're going, we're going to let Luka off the hook. They are attacking Luka in any and every stretch that they possibly can. Just like you guys, when in 2022, when you win the Western Conference Championship and you were hunting Steph Curry, that's how they're going to go after Luka to get him on, to get him on Anthony Edwards. Now the difference here is you're going to make the mistake that Denver made. You're going to make the mistake that Phoenix made, which is you're going to leave Jaden McDaniels open, and he's going to make you pay for that. And when he makes you pay for that, this is going to be a short series. I think they smoked y'all in 5 games.
Let me piggyback off of Chill. Here's what's so funny. First and foremost, the one thing that the Mavericks don't have is it's a lot of young boys in them lineups with no playoff experience. PJ, this is the first time PG ever seen a playoff run. Likely's a puppy. Gafford's a puppy. And what makes it so easy for Minnesota is if you don't have a big man who can draw Rudy out, he could just camp in the paint. Because we know Likely ain't shooting threes. We know Gafford ain't shooting threes. And they got to be on the court because Minnesota is too big to not play them and play small ball. Now we're looking at the matchups, right? Although Kyrie played pretty good defense, although Dallas defense was the top defense the last 6 weeks going into the postseason. Know that. Timberwolves had the best defense all season. Now, the thing about the Timberwolves and SGA, well, not Timberwolves, but again, the Timberwolves and the Thunder is young team. That's one. On top of that, the Thunder don't play defense, and it showed. Like, they don't play defense to a high level. They don't. The Thunder don't play defense to a high level. They don't play defense to a high level. And them being young, they made so many mistakes. Here's the thing what's so funny, the same way they did Jokic. We have a Jaden McDaniels who we're going to put on Luka. Now, if Jaden McDaniels is on Luka, we let him cook. Hey, look, if Luka give you 30 or 40, let him do that. But what you won't do is get wide open three-pointers by PJ Washington. One thing Minnesota showed you in the last series that they know how to rotate and then stay. They communicate on defense. They offense. And you can double team Ant all you want to. But in this series, the matchups favor. Your power forward is PJ Washington, right? That's your starting power forward. Anybody think PJ Washington can stop cat in the paint?
Well, if the Timberwolves are gonna, all right, so that's one. If the Timberwolves are even gonna go to that, the Timberwolves a lot of times, even in the game 7 that they did, but there was Christian Braun and even KCP on him, and they're still having him stand at the 3-point line. Number one. Number two, you're talking about Rudy Gobert getting out the paint. You do realize he's gonna have to get out the paint when they're doing high pick and rolls. He can't just sit here and just be down there in the paint. Kyrie and Luka's forcing him out of there, and that could open up some lives with Daniel Gafford and likely. But again, like, I'm not even saying like the Dallas is going to easily win this series. I think it's going to be a great. I think it's going to be early. No. You don't got to tell them it's fine. Okay. Listen, so early. So yeah, early. You got it. Yep. Yeah, okay.
Yo, tough, you.
Yeah. What?
As you saying, because we can't hear you early. We can't hear you early.
Early's spitting right now.
He can't fucking tell. He can't fucking tell. He can't. He don't listen to nobody. He can't even tell y'all. You've been saying that for 3 minutes now. But listen. So my bad. But the Thunder. So this is what we're really looking at, right? This is what we're looking at right here. It's going to be a great test of like offense and defense. I think Dallas, this is probably going to be a little bit more easier than OKC because they don't have to close as hard out on shooters. But again, the mismatch that Cat can provide with Derrick Jones and PJ Washington on him is going to be something that Dallas is going to have to adjust to. Maybe they can cheat off of Rudy Gobert with the Lively and Gafford help. We'll have to see. Jason Kidd got to play Derek Lively like 25 plus minutes. I think so. Like he's just
been better than Gafford the entire
way better. Like the box plus minus for the last 2 games is just insane to me. It's ridiculous. Like it's like a 50-point swing. It's crazy. But yeah, I just can't wait for it. My main question for everyone here, I'm very curious for everyone in the chat, if Luka Dončić, because this is a defense that definitely has the tools to definitely slow him down, if he is able to perform at a great level during the series, how are we talking about Luka Dončić as the best player in the world right now?
The same way we was talking about him 2 years ago when he played against the Warriors. I mean, he was good against them. I mean, this is the world champs. It wasn't like he was terrible against them. I mean, I think he shot almost 50% against Andrew Wiggins, who was his primary matchup. And I felt like Andrew Wiggins was doing a good job on him. So I don't think that we'll be talking about. I don't think we'd be talking about Luka in the aspect of him just not in terms of an individual player. But
if we think Jokic is the best, and we're both valuing their offense, like the biggest factor of them being better than everyone else, a guy who's performing well against a defense that slowed down Jokic. I mean, I'm just saying, bro, we got to ask these questions to ourselves because then they'll make it to the finals. That's the finals right there for him, right there. That's winning a part of it, right, Joseph?
Yes, winning is a part.
But my thing is
it crazy if Luka enters the best player in the league conversation?
He won't. If Likely and Gafford are on the floor and we run in that Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, Nasri, and Cat lineup, that is going to be because first of all, Likely and Gafford have to be in the paint. If y'all watch game 1, the best thing that they did that the OKC did was they was letting Chat play that 3-point line and making them switch on Luka and check 1-on-1. We get to the cup because you don't have no big man there. You can't leave Naz Reid and Cat wide open. You can't leave them wide open. So if you're running that lineup and you're saying that Likely and Gafford got to actually sit in the corner and check them guys and keep them shooting open threes, Man, Ant finna have a field day.
But they do a great job in contesting and challenging. And the thing about what they're going to do with the Timberwolves in particular is that they're going to rotate maybe Luka, maybe even Kyrie to, okay, you go contest. Okay, we're going to bring Kyrie and Luka to guard Rudy Gobert, and they're not going to pass it to him. They ain't going to pass it to him. So
The
we're
same
going
way
to be able to rotate
the same way they was doing it with
consistently
Jamal
across
Murray
the perimeter.
and literally putting them in foul trouble early, because what you do is you give it to Gobert in the paint, and even if he don't make it, you have to foul him. And now we're in the bonus with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. That's the same thing that they're going to do.
Showtime, what you about to say?
They pass the inside and put him in foul trouble.
Showtime, what you about to say?
I was thinking about how Derek Lively is, as young as he is, you know, the idea of him getting involved in pick and dies. I mean, I think the Minnesota Timberwolves do a great job in handling, especially short rolls. More than anything, I feel like they do a great job in handling short rolls. And Dallas is really good with when they run the pick and short roll. They're really good at that. Minnesota does a great job in handling that sort of thing. Now, as far as the pick and dive with both Derek Lively and Gafford, when you have a guy in Luka who's passing like that, he makes that play really dangerous. The difference is Rudy does such a great job in guarding the rim. Such a great job in guarding the rim. With him doing such a great job at guarding the rim, and Jaden McDaniels doing such a great job at pushing you away from the rim, you take that aspect of offense, you take that aspect of their offense away, you really hamper them, because that's a huge part of what they do.
Take them step back, Shield. Give us some step back, Luka. If we can stop Aaron Gordon from the dunker
But
spot,
if he be hitting those, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If Luka's hitting those step backs, I mean, like, come on, he's been hitting them all year. This postseason series. Huh?
We'll live with that, dog. I mean,
I don't think
if Luka's knocking down 22-foot step backs.
But you say that every team that played against the Mavericks, they send doubles immediately the moment he makes like one or two. Right. So at that point, even the Timberwolves, even though I agree Jaden McDaniels is a great defender, they're going to send two. At some point, they're going to send two, which is going to open up the perimeter shooters of the Mavericks.
Well, it depends on where the double team comes from, Ruddell, because I can tell you who we're not doubling off of. We're not doubling off of P.J. Washington. That was the mistake that the Clippers made. That was the mistake that Oklahoma City made. You cannot leave that dude wide open. He's in the left corner. That is his spot, whether it's in transition or in the half court.
How about Derrick Jones Jr.? Well,
to be quite honest with you, Dub, I'd much rather have Derrick Jones Jr. shooting than I have P.J. Washington shooting.
The Thunder left him open in Game 5 and 6, and he didn't miss.
But that's what I'm saying. But here's the difference. Throughout the course of the playoffs, I think that P.J. Washington has been a lot more effective in terms of a wide open jump shooter. That's not to say that Derrick Jones can't make wide open shots. He makes them even more lethal. He makes them even more lethal when he's making shots. But I don't think that they're going to make the mistake of leaving P.J. Washington open like the Clippers did.
And still, can Luka and the Mavs handle the physicality of the Timberwolves? They haven't faced any physicality. They didn't face physicality with the Clippers. They didn't face physicality with SGA and them. Can y'all face it when we're blitzing you every play and we're banging?
Luka and Kyrie faced physicality in both of those series. Now the big, let's say the bigs for the Thunder, yeah, they were getting roughed up.
Yeah, and this
Lively Gafford. Luka and Kyrie were facing physicality throughout the whole entire postseason.
For sure, 100%.
Like we're not gonna lie about that.
And on top of that, I mean, Luka has already told us it's a lot easier to score here than it is in Europe.
I hear you.
Simply off the strength of it being more physical over there. So don't get me wrong. Luka will get to complaining. He will get to.
I don't want to hear these Luka hurt when they losing 5.
Yeah,
bro.
He'll get to complaining. He'll get to talking to the referees. But I don't try to concern myself too much with being physical with Luka, even though that's going to matter. It's definitely going to matter being physical, but I don't try to concern myself with that more than I concern myself with just staying in front of Luka and making Luka make tough shots. I think he's the best scorer in the game. However, if you can make it hard on Luka, Luka is one of those guys. He's not very good in transition as a defender. He won't get back. He's not one of those guys who will recover when you're playing when you get by him. So if you getting
and
stuff
when he's
like
not getting his foul shot, Shield, tell him who Luka is when he's not getting them foul calls.
That's what I'm talking about. He'll get the complaining to the referees, and you can kind of take him out of his rhythm with stuff like that.
Early. You talking about how I could test for your Timberwolves love, and my bad, I see the super chat, Ron. I just got to ask this real quick. Didn't you tell me you a Heat fan?
Dead. That's why I like answer because it remind me of the way. I'm dead hard Heat fan.
How the hell you a Wolves fan?
Because, man, sometimes, Let me tell you what happens, guys. Sometimes in history, a guy comes
Yeah, I'm
along
out,
and
Ron.
you say, "Hey, man,
This is just paper.
I'm a fan of that guy. I'm a fan
I'm
of that
out,
guy."
Ron.
Steeltown love Jason Tatum.
No, baby. Easy.
You out?
Alfred Dallas,
Why
he's
you
a
Damn,
out?
you
I'm
called
out on
him
that
up the
shit.
league?
I'm out on that one.
Alfred Dallas, he a Dallas fan. He just like Luka.
I never said I was a Dallas fan.
Exactly. You just like
Y'all,
Luka. I like Ant. Point blank period. I'm an Ant fan.
I got a super chat from Teddy Hart, $25 super chat. Y'all know what that means. That means we got to read it immediately and change the topic to it. So Teddy Hart chimed in and he said, which ending result in uncomfortable conversations to be had? Which ending result is uncomfortable in conversations to be had? Celtics not winning, Luka getting his first ring / Kai winning without LeBron James, Ant winning at 22, heading into the Olympics, Hallie winning as a pure PG. Almost has never happened. Which one of these do you guys think will be the most uncomfortable conversation that we have to have?
It's definitely going to be, listen, I'll be honest with you, man. As a Heat fan, if Ant don't win this championship, and not only does Andrew Wiggins have a championship, but Cat got a championship, ooh, that's going to be hard for Jimmy Butler to sleep at night. Woo, the same dude you said was soft, won it without one, and you ain't get one. That's going to be an uncomfortable conversation with Jimmy Butler, not that much. Cat and Andrew Wiggins get one, and you ain't got one? Damn, sad life to live, man.
Probably the Ant conversation because people want to make him MJ. So that's probably
For
the
real?
conversation.
For real, like I gotta sit here the whole summer and listen to you, mother. You know what's talk to me about how Jason Tatum can't get it done again. I'm gonna have to listen
Especially
to
if
that.
he loses
Are
the
you
Ant.
kidding me? How I would have to listen to that all summer. That you know how many years that's gonna take off my life if I gotta sit here and listen to that. You want to talk about uncomfortable conversations? What?
Kyrie running without LeBron is going to be pretty crazy, too. We're going to have to hear a whole lot. Y'all know how that rabbit hole goes.
It took almost 10 years.
They call
It don't
Luka
matter.
LeBron. They compare Luka to LeBron, so he just won with the Serbian LeBron, I guess. That's what they call Luka. They say he reminds him of LeBron.
He's not from Serbia, but
He's Slovenian.
Well, he's Slovenian, but his father's from Serbia.
But he's not.
That's why.
If his father is Serbian, he's Serbian.
That's why D-Block.
That's not what I do, but okay, Bob.
That's why
I guess.
D-Block ass should be fired for that reason. That's why he should have been fired on the spot for that reason.
would your opinion change about Tatum if he doesn't win the chip this year? Chill.
Can't just keep getting there, man. We gotta win, yo.
Yeah,
Can't keep getting there, man. We can't. We gotta win. Getting there ain't enough. Like Rodell, I'd be able to say after I don't know, like one time in the East Finals or 2 times in each final. Rodell, this is 5th trip in 7 years. That's half the day. That's half my career. If he played 10 years, I've been in the East Finals. And to go to the NBA Finals again and you can't keep getting there. We got to win, yo. We have to.
I wouldn't give him much of a hard time, if he makes it to the NBA Finals. One, because I thought that team was the exact same team. With KP out, that's the same team as last year. But honestly, they shouldn't even struggle. And if they go to Game 7 in the Pacers series, I'm questioning JT. Like, he should, if they lose his Pacers series or go to Game 7, I don't care if they blow him out in Game 7. This should be literally a sweep. This should be a sweep. They should have lost the game to the Cavs, leave, honestly. This should be a sweep. They should clean these boys up real fast, get to the finals, and relax. Because I do believe that we're not going to sweep Luka. He's going to have a game. So the Wolves going to probably beat them in 5 or 6, honestly. But I just look at Tatum like, even in the finals, with this matchup, I do think that the Wolves are a better team than them. So I wouldn't give him as much of a hard time, especially if he had a good series. But if they struggle versus the Pacers or they lose versus the Pacers, they break that team up. It's time to get rid of JT.
Hey, just lower your expectations. All right. I'm trying to help you going into this. Hey, so you don't have to cope at the end of it. I'm trying to get you there right now. Just lower your expectations.
I don't think we talk enough, too, about this Nuggets series, man, how that Game 7. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like every time they put Scott Foster on a game, it's to rig it. Like, I just think they call Scott. He's like the designated hitter when it comes to rigging games, dog. They wanted the Nuggets to win that series so bad. And another thing we'll talk about, and Chilton brought it up earlier, no other series, and I did my research, no other series gave a team 4 or 5 days to rest. Listen, Minnesota and Denver are 13 hours away. The same distance between Dallas and LA. Every LA and Dallas game was literally every other game, dog. They gave them boys from Sunday to Friday when they got their ass with them first 2 games. Monday to Friday when they got their ass whipped to get rest. They gave no other team that time, dog. If y'all don't think they wanted the Nuggets to win this series, they were trying to push this boy Jokic. I don't know what to tell you, dog. You get 4 or 5 days to rest and no other team got that?
W conspiracies.
I want to rewind back though, because one of the answers was what's going to be an uncomfortable conversation if this happens, and one of them was Luka getting his first ring. And this kind of goes into what Riddell was saying earlier. If Luka gets his first ring, how do we talk about Luka, and what are the conversations that have to be had? And I'm gonna just go to the ultimate conversation. It's going to be Luka Dončić is the best player in basketball.
How does he become the best player in basketball? So if they win the NBA championship, he's the best player in basketball?
Those
Well,
are
even if
conversations
he
that we're going to definitely have to have. But go ahead, Riddell.
even if he balls out against the Timberwolves, because like objectively, like no bias, I think the Celtics are by far the best team in the NBA right now. So it's going to be hard to beat the Celtics. But even if he balls out against the Timberwolves, because I think they could beat the Timberwolves. So if he balls out against the Timberwolves, beats the Timberwolves, and then balls out against the Celtics, I don't see why he can't be the best player in the world conversation. I know the two-way thing, but we just had Jokic being the best. We just had Jokic being legitimately the best player in the world. I know the MVPs and all that stuff, but we had Jokic because of his offensive value. Luka provides extreme offensive value as well, and he translates very, very well. I mean, obviously the injury, but very, very well in the playoffs too, and against an elite defense in the Timberwolves that made Jokic struggle to an extent. So if he could do that against that team and another great perimeter defense in the Boston Celtics and do what we know Luka can do when he's healthy, I mean, I'm not going to say a conversation. I don't know why he can't be the best player in the world. I don't know why he can't
the reason why he can't be the best player in the world is because winning matters when you're the best player in the world. However, isn't Luka already in the conversation as the best player in the world? It's not like he's not in that conversation, isn't he?
I can't tell Chill when he was 6 MVP votes. I can't tell.
I mean, there's some people who think Luka is in that conversation to be the best player on the planet. The reason why, according to my logic and the way I've always done it, the reason why Joker was the best player on the planet, it led up. What he did led up to him. When he won, it led up to that. Same logic with Giannis. It led up to that. When I go back to when Kobe Bryant did it, it led up to that. All of these guys, it led up to them being the best player, and it was capped off by winning.
Gotta win the championship.
Winning matters when you're talking about being the best player on the planet. You can't just one day just be the best player and because you went to the NBA Finals or because you were in the West Finals. No, that's not enough.
Chill, that's what I'm saying though. If he wins, those are conversations we're gonna have to have because it goes from we're hearing whispers right now. Luka's the best player. Luka's the best player. Now people start saying it with their chest when he gets a Finals MVP. They beat the Celtics. They beat the Wolves, who just smoked.
Yeah, but that's a hell of a run.
And they gave Jokic problems, just like Riddell said. And if Luka does play like we expect Luka to play, now people are saying it with their chest. Luka Dončić is the best player in the National Basketball Association.
No, Ron. They might say what they said the same thing against LeBron, that Kyrie saved him. That's what they'll probably say.
He was still the best player in the world, though.
Did we say that Paul Pierce was the best player on the planet when they won it in 08? Who they beat? Considering who they beat?
He wasn't even the best player on his team.
Yeah, right. He wasn't better than KG.
Still Kobe. That's why.
But we put KG up there though after that series. After they won that first championship, we put KG up there.
Right.
But for the if like the Celtics win, I don't think people are gonna say Jason Tatum is the best player in the world. And if the Timberwolves win, I don't think they're saying and is gonna be the best player in the world. Right. So the only difference, if Luka does what I just said and loses the Celtics in an amazing series, the only difference between Luka and Jokic would be a ring, right?
Right.
Or that Jokic is just better.
I think I've always thought they were in the same level. Personally.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I don't like the people who there's people who have been in the chat who have said Luka's better than Jokic, or they've had them on the same level for like 2 years now. I don't mind them saying it, like, oh, Luka's the best now. I don't mind them saying it because they've at least thought it before. But if you go from Luka's in this conversation with this guy, now he wins, he's now the best in the world. Like, come on, like this has been his worst postseason. Like, there's no way the worst postseason is the one where he's now the best player in the world because his team was better than it was before. Like,
that's what I think.
I'm not listening to that.
That's what I think.
Are you trying to hear that, Mars?
No, I'm not about to. Because if you didn't think that in 22 when he was clearly better in the playoffs, but because his team is now better, all of a sudden he's now the best in the world. Like, I'm not listening to that because that's just stupid.
I just don't think Luka's style of basketball is winning. I don't think he'll ever win, honestly.
We keep saying that, and then he keeps on proving people wrong. But
actually, he hasn't.
I mean, win it all.
He has not.
I mean,
that's
win
the
it
point.
all.
Winning the whole thing.
Win it all.
Until I'm on record saying this. Until he commits on the defensive side of the ball, you're not winning the NBA championship. You're not. And I ain't saying that he got to, and I'm not saying that he got to be Drew Holiday on the defensive side of the ball. I ain't saying he got to be Kawhi Leonard. But until he commits, like what I've seen Kyrie Irving do, until he commits on the defensive side of the ball, you're not winning. You're not.
But that's what.
And the difference between him and Jokic is that
Mavs have been to
he
the
plays a
conference
wing.
finals. The Mavs have been to the playoffs 4 times in Luka's career. They've gone to the conference finals twice.
Facts.
Like, why are we acting like Dallas just don't do anything in the play? Like,
No,
when
we're not
Luka's
saying that,
there,
Mars.
like, they
No.
do.
And
every
this-
time
No,
Luka
we're
is
not
kind
doing
This
of
Mavericks
defensively-
team is also completely different from the one they went to the conference finals, and he went to the conference finals again. Like, when does that happen? Where, okay, I went to the conference final. Okay, we tanked a little bit. We got a new team, completely different team. The only same player there is Josh Green. We're back in the conference finals yet again. Like, that's just not a normal thing to do.
From the whole crew,
Respect Tim Hardaway.
When y'all went to the West Finals in 2022, who's left from that crew?
Josh
Tim
Green,
Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway, technically.
Dwight Powell.
Dwight Powell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put some respect on these guys. What are we talking about?
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it, though. That's it.
Hey, I'm on record with saying
Maxi
and Riddell
Kleber.
knows
Maxi
this.
Kleber.
Injured, but yeah, Cleveland.
Maxi
I'm
Kleber. You're cooked. There we go.
I'm on record with saying this. Riddell knows this.
Shout out
And
Justin.
I'm a up the ante though. If Ant wins this championship, I'm getting the A1 since day one tattoo. I mean it. I've already committed to it.
What's been your logic, Early? What's been your logic on it? It's January. How are you talking about? Not January of 2024. What was you talking about, Anthony Edwards? What was your logic on him?
Mars, who's my logic on Anthony Edwards?
I'm asking you. We ain't talking about Mars. I'm talking about you.
He's been
so
glazing as long as he's been on this platform.
I have openly said that Ant will be the face of the NBA. And I said this before we believed in him, before he was having this run.
Yep.
I literally had an argument with Lowe that I think he'll be the face of the NBA. And it was simply, I got called, xenophobic. It's not because I'm Panamanian, first and foremost. You see the hair. It's not because Jokic Serbian and I don't like Serbians. It's because as NBA is an American sport for the most part. So I believe that the NBA want a American player to represent them, and they'll push it even more. They were just waiting. They waited for Jason Tatum. Chill, you know that. If he beats the Warriors, Jason Tatum faces everywhere. They waited for Jason Tatum. They've been waiting for this guy, and he had everything: the charisma, the personality, his relatability. He looks like somebody who could be your nephew, Chill, your son, your little brother. Like, he looks like what America is used to.
Right.
So I knew that, and he had everything. He had all the ingredients and his work ethic. When he came out and said that guys don't want to play, he gets tired of people, basically, low management. He has it all: defensively, offensively, the charisma, the flair. I just saw it in him. Same way I saw it in Kobe, you saw it in Jordan. Like, I just saw it in him, and I knew that if he was able to, get that playoff run, because you get your name in the playoffs, Chill, they was going to put him in the platform. Right. And now everywhere you see is Ant MJ, and it's at the face of the NBA. Like, I saw it coming. That's all it is. I always believed in him, and I believe that what he could do, what he did with Cat, what he did with his team, you see they galvanize around like he's 32. He's 22 years old, Chill.
Right.
He literally, when he talked to them, they listen. Rudy Gobert, 31 years old. Cat, 28, 29 years old. They listen to him like he's a 30-year-old vet, dog. I saw it. So I just believe in him and his game. And I think that if Minnesota wins this championship, a team who's never won a championship ever before, he will be everywhere. He can do what Michael Jordan did with Chicago. We forget what Chicago was before Michael Jordan got there. The same way we think about Minnesota, Chicago was worse. Like, he made Chicago literally a championship-breaded team that people believed in. If Ant won the championship in Minnesota, come on, guys.
I have a question for early. Maybe y'all can answer it as well. And I'm not going to talk about Luka or Jokic in terms of the face, but I'm curious, why didn't Giannis become the face of the league? Because he had
European,
game. I'm like, he had the grit, he had the personality, he had the charisma. Like,
because he's from Europe.
Giannis is like a perfect.
It's because LeBron's still around. Like, why are we doing it? LeBron's the face until he's gone. Like, why?
No, Mars.
I mean,
we've seen
it's coming in.
No, Mars. We've seen players who are the face of the league get pushed out when other guys have been off.
2020. Who's the face of the league right now?
Who is the face of the league right now, today?
It's LeBron James.
And the reason why is because we haven't had anybody consistent. That's why.
No, it's because LeBron James is still the
No,
name
Mars,
that
if we had
everyone
somebody
wants to
winning
talk about.
consistently,
We talk about LeBron James and the Lakers have been out of the playoffs for 2 weeks, and we still talk about him.
Yes, we do.
LeBron has the most motion. That's what it is. When LeBron
And the reason
retires,
why he has,
and is
Let me
right
tell
on
you
the
where you're
age,
wrong, though,
and
Mars.
is at the age.
Let me tell
and
you
is
where you're
at the
wrong,
age
though, Mars.
where
Hold on,
LeBron's
Earl,
about
hold
to
on, Earl, hold on,
retire.
Earl,
So
hold on.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Ant is at the age where LeBron's about to retire in the next 2 or 3 years. So Ant has time to be the next up. Giannis is like 29. So when LeBron retires, he's probably going to be about 32. Not saying he won't be one of the best players in the world, but Ant is in the timeline where he can be the next up. It's why they were doing it with Jason Tatum, because no one expected LeBron to still be around in 2024.
Right.
They're finding guys who are fit the timeline of their next after LeBron.
Right.
Giannis didn't get it in 21 because LeBron was still around. Jokic didn't get it because LeBron was still around.
No,
LeBron has
Keep
been
going,
the face
keep
of the
going,
league
Miles,
for as
keep
long
going.
as I've been born.
Sure.
Like LeBron has been the face. It's not like, oh, we haven't had anyone. They tried to make it Steph, but no, LeBron's still there. They tried to make it Giannis, but no, LeBron's still there. They tried to make it Tatum, but no, LeBron's still there. That's why they're not the face. It's because of LeBron.
And the fact that he's around, I'll get with your logic that the fact that he's still around, that does matter, Mars. But it didn't help that Giannis didn't win more. Because if Giannis wins more, now that pushes James further away, and that makes Giannis more relevant, because winning matters in this game. You know this as well as I do. If you're winning more, what we do is we push you to the forefront, which is why the NBA is going to love Minnesota and the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals, because we got Jason Tatum and we got Anthony Edwards, 2 Americans who could be the face of the league in the NBA Finals. The difference with LeBron James is with LeBron James being around, the reason why he became that is he didn't become as big a deal until he started winning. And he started winning consecutively. Like if he would have only won once, he wouldn't have continued to be the face of the league, as opposed to him continuously winning, and not just continuously winning, getting there. When he's there, now he becomes that because we expect him to win. If Giannis was winning, if Giannis would have won when he won in 21, if he gets back in 22 and then and he wins it in 23, this stuff with LeBron, it starts to quiet down. And this is now the new, not necessarily face of the league, because I still feel like the NBA has a problem with making a foreigner the face of the league, because if Giannis was from Chicago, he'd be everywhere. But the point, add that to the fact that him not winning, that kind of compounded it, Mars.
Because I look at Magic was the face of the league between him and Bird for all through the 80s while Jordan was losing. And you know, Magic went through what he went through, and it ended up being a situation where, by the time Jordan started winning, Magic was phasing out. But I believe that like what Chill said, if Ant comes around and Ant wins 3 in the next 5 years, that's what happens. If JT would have did it, like he said, if Giannis would have came around and won it, but also him not being an American and just not having personality, that's another thing that people don't talk about, because as much as Kobe won, he wasn't as big of a face of the league as Jordan was, because Jordan had the personality too. He was doing movies. He was in every commercial.
If he got into that bullshit, too. Of course. If he didn't get into that nonsense, we having a different conversation.
So we've been literally looking for somebody to crown the next guy for a while. And let's be real, Mark. It was a time when Steph was winning them championships, they was crowning him. The reason they wouldn't crown him as much is because KD came along. If Steph wins them 2 other championships without KD, dog, it's a different conversation to have.
Okay, so let's do the timeline. So LeBron James became like, he wasn't the sole face of the league until like 2011. It was him and Kobe in like 08, 09, 20, like it was him and Kobe. And then LeBron took it in like 2011 onwards. Steph Curry wins an MVP in 2015. Beats LeBron in the finals, and LeBron is still the face of the league, rightfully so. In 2016, he's the unanimous MVP. They win 73 games. They go to the finals. They lose. LeBron is they lose to LeBron. I'm getting to it.
I'm sorry.
LeBron is still the face of the league. In 2017, the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry go 16-1 in the playoffs, beat LeBron James in the finals, and LeBron is still the face of the league. In 2018, the Warriors with Steph Curry sweep LeBron James in the finals, and LeBron is still the face of the league. In 2019, LeBron James misses the playoffs. Steph Curry goes back to the finals, and LeBron James is still the face of the league. And then in 2020, LeBron James wins. He's still the face of the league. In 2021, LeBron James gets hurt. Steph Curry comes top 3 in MVP votes. He's still the face of the league. In 2022, LeBron James misses the playoffs. Steph Curry wins a championship, and LeBron James is still the face of the league. Steph Curry has done everything you're saying Ant can do, and LeBron James was the face of the league the whole time. Rightfully so, because LeBron James, like I said, is the one player that everyone's going to talk about. I won't be surprised if the year after LeBron retires, he'll still be the most talked about player in the NBA.
But
I
Jordan-
wouldn't be
Jordan
surprised.
was too,
That's the
and I-
type of motion that LeBron James had in
But-
1999 when Michael Jordan retired. Michael Jordan was still the most talked about player in the NBA.
He was, no question about that, Mars. But
That's
to your
what
point,
LeBron James is.
can
That's
we-
what I'm saying.
can
But
we
them
add
getting
him?
KD mattered, Mars. It mattered.
That's what I was about to say, Mars. Can we?
Yeah, and then in
mattered.
19 he went back to the finals, and in 2022 he won the ring, and they still wasn't the face of the league.
He was much older at that point.
I mean, he wasn't the
So
primary. face of
LeBron
the
is older
league,
than
but
Steph.
But
Steph was still like extremely popular and 100%.
we're talking about the face.
He's not the face of the league.
The
Like, and
number
he's
one
extremely
face of the league,
popular, but
sure,
he ain't
but
LeBron.
Steph is. I would say they were somewhat of co-faces when Steph started getting popular. I would say
Thank you.
LeBron is still one, but Steph's value and importance was still right up there with LeBron. I'm not gonna lie.
And not to mention, I think we also don't talk about the fact that like what LeBron does. Here's the thing: in order to be the face of the league, is what LeBron does. Also, like Steph don't really do nothing other than play basketball. Let's be honest. LeBron does everything. He builds schools. Like he does so much. He's on social media. Like he does so much. Like Steph is really a family guy oriented in the cut. When LeBron has his family out in the open, we're talking about his son. Like it also is the narrative that's built around him getting KD, him not winning a Finals MVP until 2022. Like that's a narrative to where every series LeBron was in finals wise, he won. He was the Finals MVP. He was the absolute best player on the team. It was no doubt about it. It was nothing to talk about. Even when he played with Hall of Famers like Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, who will be a Hall of Famer, AD, who will be a Hall of Famer, he's always the best player on the team. Again, we're looking for a guy like Ant is doing to come along with the personality, with the charisma, with the flair, with the like I said, the relatability to take it over. He is the perfect person to take it over. We wanted JT to take it, and I can still know if JT beats Steph Curry and wins that championship, we're talking way different about him. And then if he comes back this year and won it this year, now we're talking about 2 championships in 3 or 4 years. Like we're looking at JT as the guy.
Mars, what in your estimation?
Post LeBron, the guy
Mars-
post LeBron. Go ahead.
Mars, in your estimation, what can make me the face of the league? How do
LeBron
I?
retiring.
No, I'm not talking about James. What
Oh.
I'm a player. Let's rewind LeBron James, right? We're not talking about LeBron James right now. He's not in the league. What can make me the face of the league? What can I do to become the face of the league? And how long will it take me to do that? If
You gotta be the most popular player. You gotta be the most popular player, the most marketable. You gotta be like, it's all about marketability. It's like you don't have to be the best player to be the face of the league, because some would argue Tim Duncan was the best player and he was never the face of the league.
correct.
It's about what the fans engage with. So play style plays a huge part of it. Athleticism, high flying, shooting, like the skill aspects of the game is going to be the face of the league.
Sure.
For some people it's charisma, but some people just we got to see you everywhere.
Right.
And then to add on to it, winning helps the marketability. We see you in June, it's going to help, but that's not necessarily. It doesn't have to be the case, but it would help. I mean, Kobe was the face of the league in 2006 and they weren't going anywhere, but he was still the face of the NBA because it was Kobe Bryant. But he had won previously, so I can understand that. But I'm speaking just about and I'm not saying Ant won't be the face of the league.
Sure.
I think he probably will be. I'm just saying the reason Ant's going to be the face of the league is less about the Wolves winning and more about the fact that LeBron is on his way out. That's what it is. He fits the timeline.
Mars, do we think if KD doesn't lead to go to play for Golden State and he wins 2 championships in OKC instead of Golden State, do we look at him as starting to be part of the face of the league, matching against LeBron?
No, because it's still gonna be LeBron. Like it's always gonna be LeBron. Like that LeBron just like I don't watch these talk shows, but I see like the little screenshots on like Twitter. The NBA playoffs is going on, and they were debating if Stephen A. Smith could score on LeBron James on a 1-on-1. That's what they were talking about. LeBron James is everything that has to do with LeBron James and or the Lakers is gonna get spoken about over the NBA playoffs. The NBA finals will be going on. If there's any news about LeBron James, they will talk about it.
Right.
That's the level of motion he has within the NBA. That's why no one's taken the face of the NBA, not because no one's been as successful, because the Warriors and Steph has been just as successful in the last 8 years as LeBron James.
Sure.
But he didn't get that mantle because LeBron James is at a different level of how we talk about him. That's why no one gets it.
I'd also like to think too, Mars, that one, him being seen in the NBA Finals as much as he was seen in the NBA Finals. That's number one. Number two, the fact that when KD jumped on that Warriors team, there was a conversation between KD and Curry who was the better player. There were some people who thought KD was the better player than him. So if you're not, even though I didn't think that, but if you're jumping on a crew with a guy and now that comes across that you might not even be the best player on your team, it's hard for you to be the face of the league when you might not even be the best player on your team. Plus, him getting on the crew affected that, right? So when you got a guy like James, who, when he played with Dwayne Wade, there was no question of I don't ever think that there was an argument of whether Dwayne Wade was better than LeBron James. Now, of course, he needed him, but the fact that he was around for as much as he was around, the fact that he was in the NBA Finals as long as he was in the NBA Finals, and the fact that he took teams to where he took them, and like you just mentioned, marketability and him being around as much as he was around, I think that had a lot to do with him becoming the face. Add that to the fact that he started winning. When he started winning, I think that's where it got elevated.
Also, chill. Another big factor that I noticed now that you guys are talking about it is that LeBron, obviously coming into the league, was already crowned. They thought he was the chosen one. They thought he was going to be the guy to threaten the almighty Michael Jordan. And honestly, he lived up to expectations. You could argue surpassed expectations. And it was like, okay, is he better than Michael Jordan? Which played into this narrative. And what's going on now with Anthony Edwards? They're comparing him to Michael Jordan. So the biggest and cheapest way when you know that they're trying to crown their next guy, from what I've seen recently, is, okay, we need a guy that's like Mike. And that was the same thing with Kobe Bryant too.
Because I think that guys have come along with them who they want to be great and they're not. They wanted Zion to be the guy. He was hyped to extreme measures, but he just didn't pan out the way they wanted him to. Like, if Zion could play 75 games a season and give you 25, 10 and 5, we would be looking at Zion like, yo, he ready to take the mantle from him. But Zion just didn't pan out. I think guys have come along, they want to be great, but just didn't come up to the image. And I think that we're going to live in an era where Wemby and Ed will go toe-to-toe, same way Kobe and Tim Duncan did. Like, so I do believe Ed will be the face of the NBA, but I do believe Wemby would be right there. And he, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he be who he's supposed to be. My biggest thing is that guys have come along, but just haven't finished the deal. Now, LeBron's meteoric rise is something that was, not so many people have ever seen, being 17 years old on Slam. But I do believe that I kind of agree with Mars in the sense of that he's been so great for so long that it's hard to basically fight him. But I do believe that once he leaves, like Mars said, that, it'll be an open space and we got to find a guy. And I believe whoever's in that space will be in that space for a very long time.
All right, fellas. I got to get into these super chats. Y'all let me get these off. I got a few to get through. Shout out to everybody that sent through a super chat. Also, playerschoicemerch.com. Y'all scan this QR code or simply go to www.playerschoicemerch.com so you can grab you something good for the summer. We got summer merch dropping. Y'all be sure to tap in.
Can I say that right before you do super chat? I want to address this. I don't care how you feel about Caitlin Clark. I know some of y'all think she overrated, but her impact is. I was at a bar last night, like, we 100 deep in there. It's all men. We have the Pacers and the Suns game on, and the Connecticut Suns game on. And when I tell you, I watched 100-man root for a WNBA game that I'm an ex-WNBA fan, but watched it about 7 years. I watched man root like it was a playoff NBA game, and we were all into it. We were hurt when Leah Boston missed it. I'm talking about, I watched man go crazy when Leah Boston missed that bunny at the end of the game and tied up. Like, dog, you can say what you want to say about Caitlin Clark, but dog, what she has done for the WNBA, like, I've never seen 100 dudes sit in a bar and the Indiana and Suns game was on a big screen and we are all locked in. Like, I gotta congratulate her on that, dog. Like, WNBA has come a long way.
She's gonna be a baller. She's gonna be a baller.
That was crazy to see, like, in real time. Like, I've never seen them put a WNBA game on in an actual bar, dog. Like, 100%. We were in tune, like, really in tune. And as like I said, as a person who's been a fan of WNBA for like 6-7 years, where I can really name players, it was just beautiful to see, man. I wanted to say that.
Yeah. Shout out to WNBA. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. Shout out to Aaliyah Boston, too. Hey, keep your head up, Aaliyah. Happens to the best of them. Patrick Ewing missed the layup in that was the Eastern Conference Finals, chill.
People, boy, it was women in there, too, man. Stop being petty.
Yeah.
But, in the semifinals. In the
semis. He missed the game with a layup in the playoffs. Also, too, shout out to Alyssa Thomas, because she is different.
She was
23, 14, and 9. Different.
Oh, she had triple-double king.
Yeah.
Big body.
And play defense,
too. If she didn't that shoulder, she'd be even more of a problem.
But all right, I got a super chat from Drink More Water. He said, Ron, you better read my previous super chat before Ticket leaves. Then he said, on a serious note, it's interesting that both East teams, bigs, are floor spacers, while the West aren't. Which of these philosophies are the future of the league?
Prince Sengun.
We've already had this discussion, Mars. It's going to be a bunch of Wimbies and Wimbies running around the league in the next 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, Cat is a floor spacer and he's a big. And then PJ, I mean, if you don't count him at big, fine, but he's a floor spacer as well.
I got a couple members. Dre became a member today. Who else I got? Brandon Lee. He also became a member today. So shout out to them and all the previous members that I mentioned. And, you know, the future members that become members right after this show. Shout out to y'all as well. Cultured Saunders sent through a member super chat. He's been a member for 6 months. He said, Early looks like Ernie from Sesame Street.
Hilarious.
Gabe also sent through a super chat. He's been a member for 8 months. Y'all know Gabe. He said, stop letting football gurus talk ball.
I talk football.
Gabe is so nasty for that.
Facts.
Also got a super chat from Adam West. He said, Ticket isn't critical. He's a hater. Big difference. He just wants to tear down Jokic to prop up his agendas.
Adam West is a hater too. The biggest hater.
Ticket can't be a hater. He has Jokic higher all time than everyone. Can't be a hater.
That's crazy, ain't it?
I would never forgive y'all for saying Jokic was better offensive than Kobe. Never forgive y'all.
Speaking of Adam West, I want to shout out to everybody in the chat and all the chat beef that goes on a daily. It's a different beef every day, so I enjoy seeing it, and I'm sure y'all enjoy being a part of it. J.A. with the super chat, he said, the Nuggets choked so bad, people think the game was rigged, and they did it on purpose.
People are always going to think a series is rigged. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a series where they haven't tried to say it was rigged.
Harry with the super chat said, sending something little as Tickets ass cooked this episode's monetization. Also, Ron, bringing him up like that while Chill was speaking was crazy.
L host.
No comment. And you guys are welcome. You got it's only Tuesday, but you guys got your most entertaining moment of the week, maybe of the month. Your Highness Charles said, hey, Ron, we missed your thoughts on the Pacers game. I thought certain people said the Knicks can't lose.
They were hurt, Ron. Don't be happy about
and not only that, Your Highness, don't say certain people. Like, put names on it. I said it. It's okay. It's okay. Say I said it. Don't hide behind the computer screen. Say I said it. If the
Knicks are fully healthy, they beat the Celtics. I'm saying it now. They're going to the finals.
If Giannis was playing, they out in round one.
All right. So when we beat the Celtics, then I gotta hear Riddell. Then I gotta hear, Porzingis wasn't there. So yada yada.
No, you're not gonna hear that, Ron. No, that's not
okay. All right.
Y'all beat the Celtics.
Ron gets all the credit if the Pacers win. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, Chill. They lose the Pacers. You out on JT?
Ron gets the credit. He know how they're playing.
You out on JT, Chill? If they lose the Pacers?
I'm not.
I don't know. I saw him on the bench.
Well, we can't keep. You can't keep getting it. We gotta win it. We have to. We gotta win.
Mars. When I'm on the bench, my jersey says Jackson on the back. Say less with the super chat. He said, after Joker's big game, y'all came in here and acted like he was the most unstoppable force. Now it's they have the game plan. Laughing my ass off.
He is unstoppable. You didn't stop him.
True. He did settle a lot for threes, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the
Wolves, you see that one
won.
that he was wide open, but he thought about it.
The Wolves won, and the Wolves were the better team, but you didn't stop Jokic. Jokic has set a very high standard of what people consider stopping him these days. It's very interesting.
Think about that. Right?
Yeah, even though I don't think Jokic had the greatest game, 34 and 20, it's crazy.
I don't even care about them. It's not even like defensively he has problems, and everyone like someone said we don't talk about Jokic defense enough. Like for the last 2 years, all I've heard about Jokic isn't the best player in the league is because of his defense. I've heard that for 2 years. I don't know what more you want us to say. That's been the knock on him for 2 years.
I do believe if Jokic had at least Andre Drummond's athleticism. Oh my God, he'd be so unstoppable. God, thank God he doesn't have any athleticism. Oh, thank God.
The Tribe One said, "Oh yeah, name 5 other players in the current NBA that will guard Jokic on an island better than Rudy. Also, you can't name Cat, Slow Mo, and Nas.
I think Joel Embiid. does a good
Sengun,
job.
Zubac.
I think Steven
and-
Adams does
Put
a
him
good
down to
job.
26, Ron. I'm like that. That's a fact. Sengun, Zubac,
I
like
think
Steven
Joel.
Adams.
I think Steven Adams.
Nurkic, Sabonis.
Sabonis.
I
Hell
think
no.
Sabonis.
Yeah.
Hell, Draymond.
Any
watched Draymond
European bigs, any European
Come on,
bigs, they
get the
do a
hell
good
out of
job.
here.
I watched
Embiid
Draymond
don't.
get
Embiid doesn't even guard Jokic. They put him.
True.
But
Tito
somehow,
L-
it's, somehow it's
Brook
Embiid.
Lopez
They put
does a
Embiid
better
up.
job.
Super chat from Tito El Bandito. He said, chill. These are the wackest / weakest Eastern Conference playoffs you can remember.
No,
Is he serious?
no.
I mean,
Tito sound disgusting.
I mean, Embiid was in the playoffs this year.
And that
Embiid
series
was
was
there.
great.
Yeah, that was a great series.
I thought you were talking about the
This
Tom-
Indiana series before OG went down. I mean, it went 7. That was a great series.
I don't know. The injuries definitely dwindled it, but yeah.
There's injuries every place.
LaFlame said, Nuggets still haven't beat a 50-win team, by the way.
W
just saying.
agenda push.
That was a
W
nasty
agenda
stat,
push.
not gonna lie.
W
That was a
agenda
weak series.
That
It was a
was
weak
bad.
couple series last year. I ain't gonna lie
push.
to
Yeah,
you.
man.
Being
Because
honest.
if they would have beat the Grizzlies last year instead of the Lakers, that would have moved you.
Yeah,
guys.
like
Mhm.
what? The Lakers beat the Grizzlies. What do you expect them to do?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, sorry that the bubble had less games, so the Clippers only won 49 games in a shortened season. I'm sorry. I'll blame Rudy Gobert for that one, I guess. Rudy Gobert stopped Jokic from beating a 50.
That's why we hate him because he started COVID. And
Yeah,
then,
Rudy Gobert stopped the Nuggets from beating a 50-win team. So really, Rudy Gobert just hurt Jokic legacy. That's what he's been doing.
Hey, hold on, really
Tell
quick.
Rudy stop blowing on mics.
Real quick for these dudes in the chat. I said that the Milwaukee Bucks was fool's gold for winning the NBA championship. They can't win a first round playoff series. That still don't make them fool's gold. That still doesn't make them fool's gold if they win a first round playoff series. I did think Indiana could beat them, but I thought that Milwaukee would have beaten them. But that still don't make them fool's gold. What y'all talking about?
Giannis Rex Havoc if
Giannis
they
wasn't
beat
Give
them.
a break.
Y'all, I got a very important super chat.
Yeah.
Very, very important. From Mike. He said, Ron, drop the link. Early about to get cooked.
Hey, just so you know, early, this is the same dude who last night was in my live who asked, should I come up? And then told me the same thing. Yo, chill, you were right about Jason Tatum. But meanwhile, he get in the chat with y'all dudes and talk about he want this smoke and he want this and he want that.
And honestly, chill. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the
break.
chat. Shout out to the chat. But I do want to say that some of y'all are just in the chat. Y'all don't want to come up here. And
For real.
We ain't talking about Buddy and them and
For
the guys
real.
who actually come up
Him
here. But
too.
none of y'all just in the
Him
chat.
too.
Hey. Buddy's
Damn,
a decent
Pat,
man.
y'all
We ain't
are
doing
taking
that
the
shit. Let it go. Let it go. Y'all need to make up or something. Shit.
They call you a bunch
Y'all
of
y'all
marks.
just be in
did,
the
and then
chat,
y'all
man.
fell back out. And
Y'all disrespectful. Y'all talk y'all smack. Tay Luke still on my money, but it's okay, Tay Luke.
Hey, early.
God
I'm
bless.
saying I don't want to hear nothing else from that dude until you get paid, Joe. What's the deal?
Hey, look,
Make your
chill.
ass bets out here.
Till I didn't got talked to by high management to leave it alone, so I'm just not betting no
Make
more
your
guys.
ass bets out here, yo. What the hell?
Okay.
Pay that man.
Super chat from Dre. He said Steph was winning MVPs, titles, and basically changed how basketball is played. If that's not taking the face from Braun, a title run by Ant is.
I agree. I don't know. Like Steph did everything you could possibly want, like, and he couldn't get it. So,
Hey, LeBron might play like 5 more years. You never know.
No.
and if he does, then no one else is gonna be the face of the league until he's gone. Goodbye, Trey.
Tough.
Later, fellas. See y'all tomorrow.
All right.
Be easy, chill.
Reggie Reg said, Mars, if Curry had the media machine that LeBron has, would he be the face of the league? Clutch has their claws in everything.
Did he not have the
Show them
media?
key fobs.
The media love though? He definitely did.
No,
Steph got a lot of media
He
love.
did that. I mean, the media tried to make Steph the face. The fact of the matter is, people engage with LeBron content more than anything. Like, it's just what it is. If the NBA had someone who was more marketable than LeBron and people interacted with more than LeBron, they would be the face. ESPN would talk about that guy. Fox Sports would talk about that guy. We would talk about that guy. Fact of the matter is, you talk about LeBron, the numbers go up to this day.
But I
Yeah,
don't
we're
think
getting
Steph
another
received the
LeBron for a
hate
while.
that a lot of the other greats did receive. And I do believe that, like, as long as the NBA was around, there's no way Steph should have been the first unanimous MVP. There's no way. But between Shaq and LeBron,
He shouldn't have been the
and
first, but
Jordan,
the voters messed up.
yeah, he should have been the first unanimous MVP. Jordan at least had one.
Ooh,
Teddy
my
Hart.
bad, y'all. I had a demon inside of me. I just lost 15 pounds. Boy.
All right. Teddy Hart said, how did Brown not have to jump after the jump ball towards the end of game 7? How was he able to be benched so that Jamal Murray could jump instead.
Well, Jamal got the jump. Braun didn't get the jump. Like they gave it to Jamal Murray, and then Braun just left. He got subbed out for MPJ, so nothing crazy.
FIFA boy said, Ron, quit ducking LD. I know you see him in the chat. Ron, quit ducking LD.
for a reason.
Ron, quit ducking LD. I know you see him in the chat. You scared he going to replace you? He the original L host and L Lambo.
So
I
he's
stand with that, FIFA boy.
That's right. He is the original host.
JD is a Mavs truther.
Can I say real quick, because I didn't get the opportunity, that I just want y'all to be prepared for Ant to make Luka beg for mercy. This is not going to be what y'all think it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of begging.
Bob, they don't understand, Bob. They don't understand.
It's going to be a lot of begging for mercy.
This is like, y'all don't understand. Like sometimes, Bob, when you watch sports, right? Like I knew when Ant hit that 3 in the third quarter, it was like, oh yeah, they gonna win this. It's destiny, dog. Like this is destiny, y'all. Like ain't nothing Luka can do about this. Ant is supposed to win this. He's supposed to take the crown.
I never glazed this much.
Y'all don't see it.
You all can say whatever you want about me. I never glazed.
Yo, early. I don't know if it's written. I don't know if it's written.
All time at 22 years old, you can't write this.
I don't know if it's written in the good book early. I don't know. If it's
Guys, it's in the Bible. Galatians chapter 20, verse 15 through 20.
Nothing you can do about it.
They spoke on Ant doing this to Luka. Like, come on.
Wow, we're giving Ant credit for the miraculous shot Rudy Gobert made. Crazy.
He was also in second.
No, we'll give Ant credit for cutting Jamal Murray water off in the second half. Cutting this water off. Ant got one of the best. I'm gonna call him Cookie Monster. He got one of the best pluck games I've ever seen.
Oh my god!
Can I also say that? I also want to say this real quick. That I would, if it's me, I would actually go ahead and just put Ant on Luka. You know what I'm saying? I would go ahead and put Ant on Luka and then let JD apply some length to Kyrie. You know
Ant said he wanted to guard Kyrie.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what Ant said. I don't care what Ant said or what Ant asked.
Top five.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I don't care what he said or what he asked for. If I'm the coach, you're guarding Luka. You know what I'm saying? Like,
gotcha.
No, let McDaniels do it because Luka gonna shoot over top of him.
He's gonna shoot over the top of both of them. You can't look. As much anything I say about Luka, when he's trying to score the basketball, he's gonna score the basketball.
But I think McDaniels does the best job.
Fellas, I gotta get to these super chats, fellas.
He's too strong, bro. He's too strong.
Mav Don said, speaking of everything Ox has been saying, he said, I can't do this Luka disrespect anymore. He locked up J-Dub in the OKC series, played great help defense all postseason. He also allowed only 41% from the field on matchups.
Talk about it.
They don't want to talk about it. Almighty Lambo with the super chat. He said, L Ron, L FIFA boy, L Bozos, Dub Mars, L Ox, hashtag fuck Boston, hashtag Mavs Info. Luka finna have his turn around these series. And respect J-Mac, the real MVP.
What did he say fuck me for?
Right?
I thought that was my man. It's all right.
50 Cent.
I try to tell y'all, don't trust Almighty Scambo. That's why I be calling him Scambo. He's scamming y'all. He not a real goofy. He a fake goofy.
Almighty
he out here
weird,
pushing
bro.
fake propagandas. Yeah.
Nah,
that's why his ass was in jail. Hey, Almighty, I got a bounty back out on you. You gonna be in jail by the end of the summer.
And I ain't
you ain't gonna get out till next
putting
summer.
on your bill no more.
You know who else gonna be in jail by the end of the summer? Michael Porter Jr. We on to you. We know you betting the under like your brother. You're betting the under, and the NBA will investigate you. You've been betting the under. We know it. Your brother that got y'all out the bag. You will be in jail. You definitely betting the under. You was making everything with the Lakers. Yeah, all right.
Adam West has something to say about a certain somebody. He said, no one wants to listen to this unfunny, front-running Sambo character early. Ron being the biggest L today.
Damn.
Told you, Adam.
Early getting smoke.
Do not trust, you're a hater too. Do not trust people who don't have a legit profile picture, guys. We don't know what they look like. Almighty Lambo. I mean, Adam West could be anybody. Who knows?
He could be Mars' burner.
Appreciate the super chat, Mars. Or
Adam West is a fan of me, man. He loves.
Wait.
I love you too, Adam West.
I don't want to put that on Mars though, because he said Sambo looking. I don't think Mars would ever.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh yeah. Adam West is just a hater. But people who say your name a lot, they're really fans. They just envy you. It's okay. Adam West, I love you though, bro.
Your Highness Charles said injuries happen every year. Somehow it's only an excuse for the Pacers. Name me the year where everyone has been healthy in the playoffs. Miss me. Talk that talk. Your
Respect the
Highness.
1964 Boston Celtics ring, please.
Say less. Said, I think the problem is Swiper came up here and excused Joker and blamed everybody else, including Murray. Jockstrap sniffer.
I don't think it said that, man.
Didn't want to bet no money in the series. Boy, I tell you. Screw ass nigga.
Jameer Toussaint said, you know it's a bad convo when Mars is disinterested.
No, I'm just disinterested naturally.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think Mars is just feeling
I mean, it's a tough playoffs for Mars, you know.
No, it's not. Oh, I already said this year didn't count. Next year is where it's at.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I got you, Mars.
2025, quarter way through the century. We chilling.
Drink More Water got a message for a ticket, and I think everybody in the chat should take heed to this too. He simply just said, wipe your ass, ticket.
I wonder how fast. Wait. No, that's all.
Your Highness Charles said, Chill Town, you hated on Towns for years. Stop it. Dark with the super chat said, Murray goes off, up 20. Murray goes cold, blown lead. Your Highness Charles said, Mars definitely one of them go along to get along.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Same.
That means that you won't say something like if you're not feeling the situation when you're around a bunch of people, that you'll just be like whatever and just go with it just so that you don't cause a ruckus. You know?
Accurate.
Mars, the best is saying you ain't standing on your nuts, Mars.
Oh yeah, for sure. That just sounds painful.
Ioannis Kodopalous. Kodopalous. He said, why is Giannis so overlooked in the media?
Because he ain't played in 2 series in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I seen Giannis hasn't won a playoff game since 2022. That's what I seen on Twitter. That was funny.
Reggie Red said, I love the Jokic bros.
Go to New York.
Wish they were in the NBA.
They would be, that would be terrible.
Eli the Misfit with probably the most profound super chat of the year. He said, Ron Cook. Whew. Shout out Will said Bam and Mobley are nobodies. Got it.
Talking about who the Pacers have faced and rebounds.
Talking about the rebounds in, yeah.
Celtics, I mean, not Pacers.
Yeah, the Celtics rebounder.
Hey, Mark, sometimes
one person.
Marsh, hey, sometimes when Ron gets you talking nonsense and shit like that, like especially at the end of the show, just push that red button at the top right. And you know what I'm saying?
I've been just waiting to get to open gym. I'm just here. Ron just taking 17 years to get through these super chats. I've missed a lot of open gym. Oh, Ron.
Cultured Sonder with the super chat, and he didn't pause it. He just said nut.
Crazy.
Bob, I'm glad we're the only people who believe that Luka's a fraud. Thank God.
Teddy Hart said, maybe I missed it, but don't forget my $5 super chat, Ron. I got you, Teddy Hart.
Early chat, we know, Ron.
Ticket, wipe your ass.
Bob knows he's a bum. He's a bum.
Last but not least, D9 sent through a super chat. And he says, salute to the chat and the panel. Shout out to chat. I got to double down on that. Shout out to chat. Shout out everybody that's up on the panel. Shout out all of our members. We got playback later tonight. Well, open gym right now, but then we got playback later tonight with Bama, the Celtics versus the Pacers. Pull up to that. Leave here. Join open gym. Like that video on the way in. Like this video on the way out.
Hey, Ron, shout out to the chat, except for Eleanor and K-Way. Hey, K-Way, get out your mama basement. I don't want you to hear me cracking her back.
You too, Adam West.
And Scambo, you bum.